All right, here we go. So we're going to be drawing a character. I'll probably post it on here if I really get into my editing, so you can see what we're going to draw. It'll be on one of these sides eventually. But for now, we're going to start off with our circle. We started talking about shapes and form and learning to draw them. And you can see how I just sketch it in. Don't worry about making things perfect. Mistakes are okay. That series is out, the sketchbook series on Disney Plus. You got to check it out. I haven't seen it. I just seen and I showed it a couple weeks ago of the promo, but let's see. So it's going to be interesting to take a look at because Eric Goldberg's on it. Eric Goldberg, great animator. He did the genie from Aladdin. Okay, so now we got our circle. I'm going to break it into kind of thirds, like this part, like these two lines is going to really help getting our face going, right? This whole thing, because the nose is like right in the middle, right in there. It's got this big oval nose. Looks like a donut, Notice how big it is, and then notice this space too here. This space here and this space here. That's something that's really important. That you know, you're not just drawing this oval here, but you're also looking at the space that you're drawing it into. And then we've got like two circle. I'm drawing just that really big, medium-sized shapes there. Kind of like two circles there. And then we've got the mouth that kind of goes sideways underneath that. Like that. And then the chin is another circle shape right in there like that. That chin shape. All right. So we're going to give the nose a little bit of form and all the details, but this is pretty much it. The hair kind of goes in here. The hair goes in there. There's another oval shape in here for the hair. I kind of brought it up a little bit more, but this is the basic structure, and we're going to build on top of this now. All right. So if you have that, that's great. I drew it kind of fast, so let me slow down a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. So we had our circle, we had our thirds, we had that oval nose in the middle, the mouth, he's a little upset, down at an angle. In all of them, he's got that down at an angle. Did you use egg tempura? Yes. No, it was tempura. It's not egg tempura though. Tempura. Okay. Tempura is isn't that yeah, that's Japanese, I think. But tempura, yeah, tempura. Have I used it before? All those paintings that I showed today are done with tempera paint, and the school tempera. It's not really even like the I don't know.
Is it water soluble or egg?
It's water soluble. It's not egg based, but yeah, because there is an egg a tempera.
Tempura, it's supposed to be an egg.
Yes, an egg is a binder to put it together, but no, this is not an egg binder because I wouldn't be able to use it with students, and I'm sure it would go bad after some time. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's jump into the details. Let's jump in and start it with the eyes. These eyes are very simple. So we're going to just do one line right in here and one line right in there over those circles. And then just little beady eyes, just little circles like that. There we go. So all it is a line, kind of like the eyelid, and then a little bit of the pupil showing through. This circle part is really just like a bag, and we can open it up on the ends. There we go, like this, maybe rounder, like that. There we go. There we go. And drawing cartoons is a good way to start. It's a good way to start your drawing. It's not as intimidating, even though this looks difficult, but you can see how everything's, usually eyes are in the center of the face, but this is a cartoon. They're exaggerating stuff. But you can see the placement of everything. Let's do the eyebrows, which makes him look mad. It makes him look angry. The eyebrows go down. What do you think he's mad about? See all these feelings and emotions. Why are you mad, mister? Why are you mad? Yeah, sometimes what you're thinking and feeling, and that's what characters, when you're telling story, trying to get the emotions and feelings. So there's one eyebrow. Notice the thick and thin. I just kind of drew it in, but notice how it's really just it's a complex rectangle. There's a little bit of a squeeze to it, and there's a little bit of a pull to it. See, so it's kind of like a rectangle. Then it goes from thick to thin. It tapers. So there's a lot of things happening with that eyebrow, but it's really just a rectangle. Same thing with the other one. You got the top and the bottom kind of going in that same direction. I don't think this one tapers as much. Maybe it tapers as it ends, like that at the end, like a tail, whipping it down. There we go. That shape. There's the eyebrows. And if you want to, if I'm drawing too slow, you can add other stuff. You can like, why is he mad? What is he doing? Draw the body. We're just drawing the heads. You got to, again, find your challenge. Where's your challenge? So there's the nose, and just like drawing regular noses, you see that one part, and then you have the other parts, the nostrils. The nostrils are just attached to the side. So here we go. There's a nostril on one side, then a nostril on the other, and then the nose tilts. And this could be a form. This could be a sphere. It could be a shape, which is an oval, which is just a stretched out circle. Or once you start getting form, that's the next level. Start seeing things, start seeing form, and start, understanding form. That's definitely intermediate to more advanced, starting to get that form. So if you get it, great. If you don't worry about it. Everything, you got to know where your challenge is, what level you're at, which battles you're fighting. All right. Now we got the little creases that go around the mouth. So we're going to pull them out just a little bit. There's two creases from where the nose is out, and just like almost like a parentheses around like that. There we go. It's an open chin, even though it's that oval shape with a slight angle. If you notice that angle of that shape, I will open it up. Where's my eraser? See, so it looks like it was a tough drawing, but it's not that bad, especially breaking it down with shapes and stuff, being able to see the shapes. All right, let's add the hair. So there's an oval shape right there, and then there's a triangle that comes in and out. Triangle on one side, another triangle on the other side. And then he's got, what are those called? I'm blanking out. Sideburns, that's what they're called, sideburns. And I think they're kind of like, I don't know, I think he stylized them kind of going out this way. It's got these wild sideburns. I haven't seen sideburns in a while. They were big in the 70s. Oh yeah, you know who was big with sideburns? I think Elvis had sideburns for a while. Kind of looks like Elvis. put a collar on him. All right, now here we go with the cheek, and he does actually have like a double chin. So chin underneath that chin. Here we go. Let's see the hair. Just attach it and shade it in. There is a little bit of form when he shaded it at the top. There we go. There's our character. But oh, we still need the ears. Let's do the ears. They're sticking out this way, and they're also just little oval shapes, right? They're just an oval shape. You see how big it is, where it starts, where it stops, how it relates to the other face, right up here, where the eyes are as it comes to top, and then the bottom of the ear, where the nose is, actually probably a little bit higher. And that's a good thing to see how big it is. And that's proportions. That's where you really want to practice and seeing how everything fits, how these ears fit in there. and then just go ahead and do them right there. I think I raised them a little bit higher. And then the inner part of the ear, that's just two little lines. Actually, it's just an echo of the outside. Usually the ear's a little more complex, but we'll keep it simple. It's a cartoon. And there's our circle one. Whoa, all right. Let me zoom out a little bit. It kind of looks like the sun drawings. Oh, the sun drawing. Is that from the, I don't know, the sun? It reminds me of the animation character. All right, let's do the square one. Let's go with the square. So the square, now what makes a square special is it has the same height and same width. And when you're learning, you want to look for ratios. What's the ratio? The same height, same width. That's 1 to 1, right? A circle is a 1 to 1. That's what makes it easy because the shapes are simple shapes. It's a simple shape. And then we make it more complex, right? We learn to see how it's broken down. And there's a break, not right in the middle. Here's the middle. It's above the middle, slightly above the middle, almost a fourth. If you get it to a fourth, you wouldn't be too bad. But that line right there is where the kind of eyes are. And then we break it down again into thirds this way. Thirds this way. See, and everything's going to be just with that. It's going to, if you can get that, that's going to really help you get with this drawing. All right. And that's it. That's the structure. Here we go. So let's go in a little, let's see where we're going to start from. Okay. So let's do the hair. Actually, I'll just block stuff in. So from here to here is the hair part. Then we got an eyebrow right in here. An eyebrow on the other side. This one goes up a little higher. And then the eyes, same thing, 2 little dots. And this is good to see the distance from here to here, and then the distance from here to here. So your eyes are not looking in one direction and then, or in 2 different directions, I would say. So breaking it into thirds, seeing that. I think I struggled with the eyes a little bit on one of my paintings. I was like, sometimes you're working really fast and you forget some stuff. But I think it fixed it. It was the Frida Kahlo one. I think I did the eyes just a little close in the Frida Kahlo painting. All right. And then the nose is interesting. It goes out, it's in, and then it goes out, and then it comes back in. Like that, down to here, right about there, and it comes in like this. And then the nostrils on the sides. Oh, we were in the news this week. Oh my gosh, it's such an exciting week. Oh my gosh, there was a, I don't know, if you look us up, I won't even talking about it. It has to do with Wilson High School and Trump. Trump related, believe it or not. Yeah, on Monday, it was Monday. Monday's date. We were in the news. All right. So there's the nose. I think I made it a little bit wider, but that's okay. That's all right. It's not like it has to be somebody in particular. Then there's we go with the parentheses again, and then the upset mouth. Oh, we got to draw something happy next. Definitely have something a little happier. Let's see if somebody can find a happy face drawing. A happy face. I think somebody did submit one. I think there was a happy face drawing. All right, and here we go. Here's the chin. There's no double on the square one. But you want to see almost like this circle shape all together. See the top of the mouth, the bottom of the chin. When you start learning to see the complex shapes, because the simple shapes are the squares and the circles, and then this is already kind of like, I guess, second level, intermediate kind of drawing, because we're starting to look for the little more complex shapes. the complex and the compound shapes where you get two shapes and start, like for example, the square and mixing it with a little bit of a circle by rounding the corners, right? So you kind of like mixing shapes together. Let's put in those big sideburns kind of coming out this way, right on top. There's one. And talk about compound shape. That's kind of like a triangle with curves, a little bit of a curve triangle. Like that, right in there. And sideburns. Should make it look like Elvis. Somebody's out there drawing it, make it look like Elvis. Draw the body. Get creative. Don't just copy. There's two kinds of ways of drawing. There's drawing from copying, and that helps. And also drawing from your imagination or adding stuff. So, you want to do both. Don't just want to copy all the time. You also want to draw from your imagination or add stuff. When I first started drawing, I just draw. I did a lot of copying, but then afterwards, like, oh wow, this is you got to start making your own stuff, and it actually helps. Especially once you start understanding form like this, you can, start adding your own thing. I can make this into something else. I can make this into, you name it, just about. I was thinking of the tip of a spray can. And so here, this could be a spray can, or it could be all kinds of stuff. Yeah, the only limitation is your imagination. This cone, it could be a Jack in the Box. It could be an ice cream upside down. It could be all kinds of stuff. And then understanding how it changes and with perspective and like even the cube, if we were to add perspective and how the angles change, right? Give it a little more dynamic feel to it. But that all comes in time. That's definitely the next level. That's what you look forward to. But, stay where you're at. Just shapes. That's where you're at. Stay with shapes for a while. And that's where we're at here. It's just doing shapes. So this is a little complex, but it's all good. All right, let's add the ears on the sides. These are simple ears. There's nothing to it. They're just attached there. There's one there. One there. It's a little higher. And then let's finish the top of the hair. So the thickness of this hair kind of goes in there. And then it's all just shaded. I think there's a little bit of a part on this side. So add a little part on that side. All right, we're doing good. Yeah, if you find a picture of a face, I think there was one. I'll take a look right now. I'll probably take a little break for 30 seconds there before we draw the triangular one. Let me take a look, see if I know somebody posted a face. And we'll do the spin for your suggestions. Also, somebody suggested the suggestions were all kind of great topics. Everybody suggested, but the pictures that were included this week, we had like an anatomic study. We have a draw a night. We have this Pinterest one. Pinterest, what was it? Oh yeah, birds. How to draw blue. Actually, that's not a bad one to draw next. I would actually, we can draw that one next. That one actually a really good beginner one. And then we can get to the draw a night and then, faces. Actually faces first. I don't know if that person is here, but there was quite a thing for the proportions of a face. Because here we don't have to worry about the proportions. These are not in actual proportion. These are exaggerated a little bit. The eyes are a little high. And simplified too, they're just little circle shapes. All right, let's get to drawing the third face, 722, and then we'll draw the bird. Let's see. Should we try to make him happy? That would be interesting. Here we go. He's grumpy. He's really grumpy. All right, so this triangle shape is really rounded and it's really steep. So this is where angles really are important. It's like a slice of pizza almost. it's that kind of these angles, and rounded at the bottom. How about that, like that? And here the eyes are kind of lower than in the other drawings. They're still not quite in the center. It's a little bit above the center, I would say, right about there. That's where the eyes kind of are. And everything else is just kind of like right in here. The parentheses, it really made it like that, thinned them out. And then the sideburns, the nose is going to be right about there. The mouth is going to be right about there. Eyes. This time he did kind of like draw some. He really thickened up the eyebrows on this one. The eyebrows are really thick. And notice the angles. Actually, this is interesting. Notice the angles like this, there, this. See this like rectangle, that rectangle, and then also the rectangle this way. But it's really nicely curved. So you have these two rectangles for the eyebrows. But notice the nuance, how it just kind of curves and then curves. So I'm really curving those corners and edges, kind of like that. What's that on the keyboard? There's I'm looking at my keyboard right now. Above the tab, it's upside down though. It's more like this one actually. The left, this one, this right here is like on the keyboard. It's this shape. What is that shape called? Does anybody know? A tilde? Is that a tilde? What is that? That is interesting. I like that shape though. It's a nice little complex shape. It's almost like a little flag waving. So let's get those eyebrows in. That's his big part of his character, who he is, these big bushy brows. All right. Yeah, once you have the bushy brows, let's get it centered on our paper. The nose flows out. Triangular. I think I went a little too far. It's okay. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit wider. See, notice how I'm going darker now with my pencil lines. I start off light. I usually start lighter when I do it on my own until I feel confident. And sometimes when you're not confident, yeah, you can sketch lightly and then slowly build up. And then as your confidence builds, you call it confidence. Because a lot of times you get the cants in the pants. I can't do this. I can't do that. You know, build your confidence slowly. It's like, okay. And that's where practice comes in. You just practice, and build your confidence. I can do it. Like that website, I can't draw until I practice, until I build my confidence. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna do the bags, little bags under the eyes, just like this. 1, 2. Simple circle eyes, very simple. It's just 2 parts. It's the eyelid, which is, or I would even say eyelash almost, and then the eye, a dot for an eye. The mouth, I think I made the nose a little bit bigger. That's okay. And I can adjust, actually, I can adjust this out a little bit more, bring this out a little bit more. Yeah, don't be afraid to adjust. And it's just a sketch, not like a finished drawing. Oh yeah, I was looking at a really nice sketchbook. It was online. Actually, it's I still have it, I think. I was looking at it right before class. It helped him get into his, he was sharing a sketchbook. This artist was sharing a sketchbook that helped him get into a gaming company. His sketchbook was really neat. All right, so the chin is an oval, but it's like a backwards C. I don't finish it off. It's like a letter C, if you can see it backwards. And then I think a little bit of a double for that lip. And making it look more like a number 5. Right in there, if you can see that. Boom, boom, boom. There's that double line at the top. That chin. Happy face. Oh man. Let's see, we gotta find a happy face. Although I like this character, he's an interesting character. Has to be this came from Proco, so shout out to Proco. Check out his channel, really good stuff on there. He's been doing it for quite a while. There's the sideburns again. Triangles. And then the ears here on these ears. Okay, so like here's the center of the eyes. That's where the top of the ear is. The bottom of the ear, notice the nose, bottom of the nose. That's right there. See, I'm looking for these anchors. I'm looking for how things fit. Every drawing is a puzzle. Notice all the parts, notice all the shapes and how they fit. That's solving the puzzle. That's what makes it fun. It's like, oh, wow, okay, this is this part here. Look, it's like an oval. See, there's an oval shape there, another oval shape here. See, this is why you want to practice drawing your shapes. When you're first learning, just practice drawing your shapes. And then once you get comfortable drawing shapes, then you start drawing forms, and you draw forms for a while and looking at forms. And forms is going to take a while because form, here you have this cube and it changes as it moves. You got to draw it from different angles. And then the more you do that, then you'll become comfortable at that. There we go. All right, so this ear is a little bit more. There's two parts to it. So the inner ear, there's that part. There's that part, and then there's the inner part, and that's how they're drawing it, like that. Almost like the letter A right there. You can kind of see the letter A. There it is. On the other side, I think they just did. Yeah, like that. There we go. I don't see too much of another shape. All right, all we need to do is the hair and we're done. We'll go to the bird, unless, yeah, the bird, actually, it's not bad. Thanks for the shape review with Grumpy Guy. Yeah, sidebirds, are they coming back? I know some of the baseball players, they've got big old beards. A couple of years, yeah, for a couple of years already, been noticing these big brawly guys with big old beards. All right, here we go. Let's add the hair top, and then we'll do the bird. I think that'll lighten it up a little bit. There were birds all around, but I never heard them singing. Here we go. It's drawing, mister. There's no singing. There's no singing in baseball. There we go. So I'm cutting in. There we go. That hair right in there. And then right in there, another shape at the top. And then another shape this way. I think I'm cutting short a lot of explanation, but hopefully you can understand how it all fits. It's just like an oval shape. And it's a little complex, right? So it's more like a diamond shaped at the bottom and rounded at the top. Yeah, you'll see these shapes like, oh, okay, wow, that's just like getting a circle and flattening it. And oh, here's a triangle kind of shape. Right, and noticing the angles, noticing the ratios, and then noticing the proportions and how it all fits. And there it is. Ta-da! I can see this guy like in a suit, like out of the 70s, dancing like John Travolta, really thin. I don't know. There we go. There it is. Ba-bam. All right, let's draw the bird. We're gonna go with the bird, and then we'll go into the other ones. So let's go with this. I'll share my screen and we'll draw the bird real quick. It's a cute little blue bird. Let me share my screen so we won't waste any time. This is why it helps. So if some people submit drawings, and you can see here, you can see the flow of this line, and then how this student artist tried it with watercolors, and they kind of missed the flow, but it's cool because they're also learning about color and mixing. They have some really nice gradients in here. You can see the angle of this wing. They missed the angle of the wing, but that's okay. They're learning. But you guys are learning about wrap and the angles. So this angle, I will point it out a little bit more. Yeah, the more you practice, the more you progress. And you start seeing these things. You start saying, oh, okay, where's the axis line? Where's this? Where's that? How does it all fit together? So we're going to be drawing this. Can I make it bigger? No. Ooh, more birds on Pinterest. Ooh, I can't make it bigger. Can I? Oh, there it is. I can. Yes, I can. Oh, no, I'm having struggling here. All right, I'll copy it, paste it in the chat. Copy and paste it in the chat. 33 people. There we go. Let's see. Where's the chat? Chat at. Here we go. Oh, not to Enoch, to everybody. There we go. So we'll be drawing this bird here. And then we'll be definitely a little more challenging. That'll bring us to the second hour. It's 7:33 here in sunny Southern California. Beautiful days. Not too hot, not too cold. I think it's a little colder out where in Virginia. I heard it was like in the 30s, 20s.
Yeah, today was frost. A
Frost.
little bit. Yeah.
Very, very chilly. All right, all right. So here we go. Let's do the bird. Now. All right. Oh, let's break it up. Let's break it up before we do that. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to use my I'm going to annotate. All right. So what shape do you see? I see even oval shape. I see circle shapes. So let me show you. Always the head, but you want to try to see the big shapes first. Here we go. And I can't get an angle. I can get an oval shape this way, but I can't turn it, which is not good. I wish I could turn it, but if I could turn it, I would, it's probably.
Eladio, I don't see your
I
screen.
cannot see the screen at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's just sharing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. Let's
Yeah.
try it one more time.
Yeah, still have the faces.
Is that better?
Nope.
No?
I don't know. Maybe I lost somewhere.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Share. Screen 2. Share. How's that? No?
I'm able to see it.
Yes? Okay.
I see the birds, but I don't, I
Yeah,
didn't
the
see
birds.
drawing. I don't see
Look
what
at the
you're
birds.
drawing.
Or yeah, I'm looking at the
Okay.
birds, the drawings. I actually, they got rid of the drawings. I'm gonna draw them over again. I'm just breaking it up right now. So the birds should be there. And the axis line right here.
Oh,
There's
okay,
a-
there it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, axis line. And then this is like a teardrop shape right in here. This top one, you really don't see it too much. It kind of blends in to the top of the bird. But you can see these angles here. And this angle here, that kind of really helps. Let me get rid of that one. But then the shape of the head. Let's see, there we go. The shape of the head, a little bit of an oval shape right in there. You can see it's that oval shape right in there. And then see how the eyes right in the middle with a little bit of a pull on it, like a triangle pull. There's detail in there. And then the shading and the highlights and all that other stuff, that's a little more advanced. Then this wing, it's really simplified. I mean, yeah, it's a simplified drawing. So it's a drawing of, we're going to copy a drawing of a drawing, almost a copy of a bird. And it's a little bit stylized, so it's all good. We'll do it. Somebody suggested this one, so we'll do this one. I don't know what else we can point out. Just the angle of the tail feather. Shake your tail feather. Here it is. That way, that angle. That's the axis line, and then the shape itself. It's down
What
here,
is
and I
this?
really don't see. There's a little bit of a curve there, but it's mostly that angle there, and then this angle here of the legs. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put the in the chat. Let's see. I think. No. I need to clear my drawing first. There we go. Copy it. Put it in the chat. That's where I was at. Going to bed. All right, Matthew. Had a really long day. Good night, everybody. Good night. Go. There's the bird. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to stop my sharing, and my printer's still out, so I can't print these. So we're going to draw the bird. If you could, that would be nice to draw the bird next to the grumpy man. It's funny how sometimes I don't know. There's happiness around, but sometimes people don't see it, and they just depends on what you focus on, right? Just like you want to focus when you're first learning is focus on shapes. And then focus on form. And then you want to focus on light and dark, and then know what you're focusing on when you're learning. And then you're focusing on telling story. It's all, the big picture. All right, so let's start off with I'm going to start off with the body. And now this was the oval I was trying to show. Now, this oval here is, let me spotlight my screen. Hold on one second. Spotlight me. There we are. Spotlight forever. There we go. And this oval here, notice the ratio, notice the axis lines. How, if it was a circle, it would be easier because then it has the same height, same width. But this is an oval, so this is where people can go wrong, or you can change your ratios. If you do it too thin or too big, then your bird is going to look fluffier or like fluffy. And so watch that angle. It's almost like a 45-degree angle. And then if I were to draw a circle in here, this is just for reference. You can see it just pulls out slightly. Pulls out slightly for sketching a circle in there. Pulls out slightly. Let's see right there. As a reference. Okay. And then on top of this is where we have our wing. So the wing is just basically kind of like a circle and teardrop shape. There is a little bit of a curve to it. So you have that circle right off the center. Notice how it's right off that center axis, right about there. And there's that wing. There's a lot of little details. Let's top back of the wing here. I brought it up a little bit. That's all good. Let me zoom in. There we go. That's a little better. And then the head pops up a little bit, an oval shape. There's that oval shape right in there. And I'm sketching. This is all the structure. This is what you don't usually see when you're drawing. When you're drawing, you see all the nice finished stuff, but this structure stuff is so important. And you're just sketching, seeing the shapes, seeing how they all fit. There's that oval shape for the head. And then we're going to add it to this body. So I'm going to start off. I'll give you a second to catch up and look back and forth. Look at my drawing, look at your drawing, look back and forth. Oh, right in the middle of this is where the eye was. Right in the middle is a circle shape about that big. Right, pretty close to the center. I think I got it a little bit higher up. All right, so now we're going to attach this oval shaped head to the body. We're going to go up from here and just go up and over as it comes down, and then it curves out. Let's try to capture that. Oops. Lost the form a little bit. Pushed it in. That's all right. I just made it thicker. There it goes. So there's the back. And then there's the beak in the front. The beak, there's a little bit of overlap, and then it comes out. And here as well, be careful on how pointy you make it. Notice the shape of it. Notice the height compared to the width and how it fits in there. It's this triangle shape with a little bit of a curve to it. The bottom part, a little bit of curve. So that makes it a little more complex. If it was easy just to add a triangle, that would be great. Just add a triangle, but it curves down a little bit and then it curves out a little bit like that. That and that. There we go. And then shading wise, and there's a bottom curve. The bottom, there we go. Just a little bit on the bottom. Then here, the bird just comes down and swoops. I'm gonna swoop it. It's like a finch now. Am I doing I think my wing should be bigger compared to the head now. I'm looking back and forth and my proportions look a little small. So I'm probably gonna make make my wing bigger. I should probably make the wing bigger. Yeah, see, that looks better. Sorry. But you see, you got to make these adjustments. Sometimes doesn't work out. And I look, okay, see how big the head is, and I can see how big the head is compared to the rest of the body. And sometimes, hey, we don't nail it. So we got to make those adjustments. That's why it's just a quick sketch. Imagine if we had drawn all the little detail and then making that change is harder. So this is why you want to do the detail last, because then, making changes is easier. Like this, I can make this change a lot easier, make this wing bigger, bring it out a little bit more. Bring this out a little bit more, try to capture that form and shape. There we go. There we go. And then the tail feather, this angle here. And it's almost like a rectangle. And I know that the tail actually, they're drawing a drawing of a drawing, a drawing of a picture. Secondhand information. Accuracy is not totally there. There is a slight angle to the tail. And I guess we can start getting the detail. The detail. There we go. If you can draw this bird on that grumpy man's shoulder, that would be interesting. With a little poop spot. That's why he's mad. Be interesting. All right, I think that's it. Just that the leg kind of comes out.
There's a song called Bluebird on My Shoulder.
Yeah.
You know that song?
It's a Disney song, I think so.
Yeah.
There's a bluebird on my shoulder. Yeah. Let's look it up. I can't play it though, because YouTube will block me. Let's see. Yeah, there's. And that would be a good title for this. That would be a good title for this drawing if we were to do it. And see, that's the whole thing, telling stories. Even though there's a bluebird on his shoulder, he's still grumpy. Bird on shoulder. There is. What does it mean? Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a Ippity Doodah.
Yeah, 1946.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see how much I can. Yeah. That's it. All right. Yeah, there is a bluebird on his shoulder. Interesting. All right, let's get back to drawing this bluebird. So there is a second wing underneath here, very slight underneath there. Just all slight detail. All right, let's form him up. The legs aren't that accurate. I've drawn birds before, and you've got just really simple legs on this thing. That's why I'm kind of questioning this drawing. It's just got these little claw. We'll just make these little claw things, and we'll just copy it. That's why sometimes you got to watch your sources. If it's simple, it's simplified too. That kind of helps. So we'll just do it simple too, but it's not accurate. I'll draw another little toe on it, little talon. And you really can't see the other one. The other foot is way back here. It would be back here. I'll draw it in, fake it in myself. Now I'm going to draw a little bit more on the eye. The eye does have a little more detail to it. It has a highlight, like it's shiny. So I'm going to get that highlight, keep that highlight, and then shade everything else, darken around it, and then pull out a little bit of the inner part of that eye into a little bit of triangle shape right there. Boom, see that little triangle shape. And then I'm going to shade in the beak. And feel free to add color. Feel free to add whatever. And we're done for our first hour, 7:47. Perfect timing. We'll share out, and then we'll get into some little tougher drawings. If you want to color, want to shade. See, this is where, the next level, you can shade all this stuff. Oh, there's a little more simple texture drawings. And they're just like little U's on here. I don't think they're that accurate. And then we can actually draw more. And actually, there we go. A little bit of shading. It's lost. And just do it for fun. There we go. So I'm gonna add a little bit of shadow underneath the body. And then just shading, practicing my shading. I'll clean it up a little bit if I needed to. I'll just shade it. And he's on a twig or something. He or she. And if you want to add the leaves, like little leaves, all this other detail. And that's it. All right. I can't wait to see your grumpy faces. Grumpy faces and a happy little bluebird. Happy bluebird today. Yeah, losing some of our thank you for joining us. If you're beginning, if you want to stay for the challenges, we're going to take on some tougher drawings or just check them out. Still working on putting all the videos together, but you saw the video I did this week. That took quite a bit of time. I recorded the sound. I actually wrote the dialogue. I took the pictures. It was a lot of work. I did all the editing with the transitions and the fading and the music too, getting the right song. That was quite a job. All right, there's our bird. Looks a little off, I think, but all right, let's see. Do I see any hands? Remove my spotlight. If you don't have to share again. We just share just to show process. It's not about perfection. It is really about practice. It's really about, and see what you're struggling with, because it's all about that. I say, hey, I maybe didn't explain it right. Or it's just sometimes it's just that struggle till you get it. And then when you get it, it's like, oh, I got it. All right. It's a really good feeling. Sometimes it's not when you're struggling, it's like, I can't get this. Like, what was I struggling? I was struggling. Oh man, I even got some paint on my shirt when I'm upside down. I got some paint on my shirt when I was doing the Frida Kahlo one.
Can I take a picture of that bird first before you put away?
You want to see?
Your
Screenshot?
drawing.
My drawing?
Yeah.
Right there. Can you see it? Okay. I think I'm spotlighted now.
The tails is not showing. Up the face. Okay, better. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Ooh.
My first time. It was nice.
Oh, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Is that Noble?
No, it's Doreen.
Oh, Doreen. Okay. Hi, Doreen.
Hi,
Noble
thanks.
said somebody was there
My first time trying this and I really enjoyed it. And I thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's very nice of you to give your time to this.
Yeah. I want people to, I have ideas. So there's a bigger purpose. So
Okay.
we'll see.
That's great. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, somebody else saying tonight is my first night. Awesome instruction. I'm a visual learner, so this is fantastic for me. Are these lessons recorded? Yes, they are. I'm working on it. So if you miss them, we'll be able to ask them if I miss a Thursday. Yes. So yeah, I'm working on that right now. I'm finishing up the semester, finishing up my final semester in public schools. And then from there, who knows where I'm going to go. A lot of things I'm looking at. So wherever the wind kind of blows. But if you go to our website, let's push our website, sketchbookhero.com. There are some videos there. And I think I'll be hoping this weekend, put some more videos up. So if you go to, let me share my screen, because I don't see anybody else wants to share their drawings today, which is fine. We'll get into our next hour, second hour. Let me see, share my screen. There we go. If you go to Sketchbook Heroes, sketchbookhero.com, there it is. Sketchbookhero.com. You go below right here in this dark blue area. We'll have more videos. Right now there's just 2, and we definitely have more than 2. But if you go there, you can actually click on the video and then go to the video. And once you're here, you can actually, let's see, go to the, not on this one. I put this one in the wrong one. This one's on my channel, my other channel. You need to go to the Sketchbook Hero one. That's not the right channel. This one is, yeah. See how this one has my face on it? This one has the S on it. This is the one you want to go to. So you go to this one, and this one actually has, this one was really cool. This one, let's go to it. Let's see if it has, oh, it already starts off. Oh, there we go. This one, we drew these characters, these faces. Oh, there we go, those faces. That was a good day. That's a good one. Now, when you're here, yeah, see these faces. And when my printer used to work. What date is that? That's August 2021, I think. Yeah, there it is, August 2021. Same date up there. That's okay. So yeah, then you go click on Sketchbook Heroes. There you go, Sketchbook Hero. I can put this in the chat, and you can see some of the other other videos. Right now, there's only 6 videos. Oh, we've done more than that. I will get them up. I'll put this in the chat. Let me put this in the chat. Copy, paste that in the chat. Here we go. Second class. All right, going to practice shapes. Yes, practice the shapes. Practice shapes and then form. Yeah, knowing what level you're at, where you're at, what your struggle is, that's what it's about. This is what I'm struggling with. You don't want to worry about color. You don't want to worry about texture. You don't want to worry about other stuff. Handle your battles, know where your battle is, and then get ready for the next battle, because it's always the next battle. It's always the next battle. But knowing where your battle is, knowing where the enemy's coming from, that's like, okay, boom, let's battle. It's kind of, I don't know, it's the hero way, right? And then it's not a problem. Like, okay, you're ready for you. It toughens you up. Okay, what's the next challenge? Okay, I understand shapes. I understand. You can see right here. This one's, look at that caricature. I don't know if it's the same one. Oh no, it's a different one. Focus 8. That's that one. And then there's this one. Face drawing. That one's cute. And this one, simple to complex drawing. The landscape. Yeah, I'll try to see. I think I can get at least 2 videos up this weekend. At least 2. That's going to be my goal, because I don't think I see anything major this weekend. I'm hoping not. I don't know. I am going on Sunday. The Rose Bowl is going to have some kind of festivity, but I'm going to be there only for about an hour. All right, ready for the second hour. Nobody's going to share tonight. That's okay, unless somebody wants to share their little bird, or you can share it later. Or a little. Oh, okay. All right, we got Regina going to share. Let's go ahead. Oh, we have 2 hands. All right, here we go.
Wait, so Agent Brown went to the Jets?
There we go.
No. Because the Titans should pick right there.
Nice eyes. There you go.
Tennessee's getting the Jets 2nd, 3rd, and 5th round picks. Wow.
There you go. There's your bird. All right. Ooh, I like the head, the face. Sweet.
So Bunny.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's go with Aurora. Aurora, let's see. Aurora, you're going to have to do your video. There you go. All right, here we go. Let's see what you got. There you go. All right. Ooh, you even got some color for your first time here. All right, good shapes. Great, great. Oh, and the butterfly, nice. All right, what'd you think? Sweet. All right,
Pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's go with Yelena.
Oh, I did not finish yet.
Oh, okay. Well, we can wait.
Oh, oops.
We can wait. Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to skip you?
Oh, no, I cannot. Ah, oops.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
All right, hold on. Let me spotlight you. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Ah, you got both of them. Ah, look at you.
Yeah,
And
I
in
did
color.
not finish
Nice.
yet.
I can't see Elena's like on a bigger screen.
Oh,
for
hold
some
on.
reason.
Am I? No, hold on, hold on. Hold on.
You
Out
have
there.
to
Oh yeah, now I do. Thank
double
you.
click.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Bad.
I'm not
Like-
done yet, and it's I tried to do
Aha!
sitting in a
Love
car.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, a great story.
Other
Yeah.
one, I tried to make a ugly smile.
Okay.
Did not work. I can
I
think.
love the two dudes in the
Yeah,
car.
2
Grumpy
dudes,
2
yeah.
dudes. Yeah.
Can I see the birds again, Elena?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Cute.
They're beautiful.
I
Yeah,
Very
did
nice.
not
Beautiful.
finish yet.
blue jay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Rising to your level. Great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Inspiring everybody. The watercolors. Yeah, grab your watercolors, whatever you have, just jump in, just do it for fun. Ine, let's go, Ine.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
I am only gonna share the faces.
That's okay.
I haven't finished with the birds.
Wherever you're
The bird-
comfortable, or whatever you want.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh, here you go. Oh, nice and
Wow.
folded.
So the round one,
Yeah.
the
You have
square
real
one,
cartoon. Wow.
yeah. And then
So
the,
cool.
Yeah. Very good. Awesome.
That character.
yeah,
Sweet, sweet. Super cool. All
Nice.
right. Thank you for sharing. Let's go with
Can I
Pearl.
see a bird again?
Oh, see your bird. They want, they want to see your bird.
oh, I haven't finished it.
Oh.
I wanted to color, but I'll show you the work in progress.
Okay.
It's this one.
We
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
got the branches. It really adds to the flow of it. And I like that you added the back part of the branch. All right. Thank you for sharing. Let's go with Pearl. There you go. All righty. Dun, 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 dun. Very
Oh,
smart.
this looks on screen, this one looks distorted.
Oh, that's all
No,
right.
I love that the best.
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
Yeah, that was really good.
And here's my bird.
There it is.
Nice.
Oh,
I can
Yeah,
do some
very
more work on the
sweet.
branch, thank you. But my challenge is that violin. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. It's,
Oh, we can
I
talk
keep
about it right
doing the
now.
same thing over and over again, and it doesn't,
Well,
that's
let me see. Show it again while we have you.
the violin.
Yeah, show the picture and then show the violin because I think
Okay,
you're
so here's,
spacing. But
here's,
the your
here's the picture.
okay. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Okay,
Ah,
I see it now. All right. Okay, go ahead and go to the next one.
And then here's my attempt at it, and sorry.
Yeah, because where you're struggling with form right now, and that's good. That's where your struggle is at. So it's understanding form in a bit of shape.
oh,
Okay.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And this, I redrew the figure, the head,
Yeah.
and so I'm much happier with it now, even though what happens is sometimes I really love a shape that I didn't, but it's really wrong. So then I just have to erase it. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Could you,
Um,
yeah. Could you show
so-
the picture one more time? And then there was
Yeah.
a request for, yeah, show the picture. All right, cool. All right, there you go. Right there. Perfect. All right, cool. Thank you.
Got it? Did you get, do you want me to hold it up again so it's,
No, I think I got it. No, I got it.
okay.
All right.
Because if you look at the detail, like look at his, his shoe, the way his
Yeah.
foot is bent, there's a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah, there
I-
is.
and I didn't get that
That's a
right.
really good character. Yeah, that's a nice
A lot
picture.
of-
Nice
of
lights
things.
and darks too. Has some really nice lights and
You
darks.
know
for
what,
sure.
where I got this from? Are you familiar with Diane Mize, M-I-Z-E?
No.
You could check her out. She has a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
She has every week, there's a quick tip. And
Ah,
plus she has lessons, and I'll put her name in the chat.
oh, awesome. Yeah, because I want to get all those resources as much as I
Yeah,
can. Because a lot of
You
people
should
share
check it out. She's
drawings.
a lady I think she's from North Carolina, and she mainly does painting, but she also has some tips about drawing, and you should check her out. Check out Diane Mize.
Will do. Will do.
So she put up this drawing, so I copied it off of her
That's-
channel.
Yeah, that's a great picture. Well, thank you for sharing. All right,
Okay.
Mo says this class is helping me with my current battle, which is just getting started. That's it. Actually, that's the first battle. Really being consistent. It's same thing with the gym, working out. It's sometimes you just work out once, okay, no, but you got to be consistent. It's like doing it on a consistent basis. It's that consistency. And then let's see, what else did she say? She
Oh,
says-
can I just say one more thing? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I have time. Well, so what I did was I put, can you put me, okay. I put the drawing on the photograph on a light box,
Uh-huh.
and I
Ah.
copied it. I
Ah,
traced it, so to see what I was getting, to see if I could figure out what the shapes are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's actually, this, but, on the light box. And I copied it.
All right.
So, because I thought that might help me figure out what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, yeah, that helps. That helps. Thank you for sharing. All right. Oh, Regina's got to go. She's at somebody else's house. So it's about to have dinner. It's helping me not only with my drawing, but also my painting too. That's awesome. I know. Oh, we'll get into a little bit of painting. I know I'm just, it is. I mean, this is the next level. I mean, just drawing forms and stuff. And then, getting that. I don't know. I'm not, well, these were done really quickly, so I'm not going to say anything. This one was 30 minutes, but I didn't spend any time on the background.
Oh,
so-
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess I didn't see that. I guess I shared them earlier. I did all these are all about 30 minutes worth of painting.
Oh, Dolly, wow.
Pretty big Dolly, and yeah, we've got, they're all requests. There we go.
Oh, Van Gogh.
Yeah, so yeah, just
So
really
cool.
quickly, they were done. I put a picture up on the board and then just 30 minutes. 30 minutes of
Oh, wow.
yeah, I want to spend more time on this one though. This one. But yeah, it's
Is
just
that Kahlo, is that based on the actress or the real Frida Kahlo?
the real Frida Kahlo. Yeah, it was based on the
Oh.
Frida Kahlo, not Salma Hayek. Yeah. Yep. All right, I think Danny, Danny would like to share. Let me see, Danny.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
What you
not thrilled with how my bird and faces came out, but I was hoping I could share something else that I actually like how it turned out.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I just I made this for my niece. Like, I'm gonna make it like give it to her as a gift. Just like her name and cartoons.
Sweet. Super cool. I love the perspective that you got on the little.
Oh yeah, so thanks. Yeah, so
You did that yourself?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah, I used markers.
Super cool.
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, just a little surprise for my niece. So,
Cute. That's always fun.
yeah. So thanks.
All right. Thank you for
I'm
sharing.
sure you are their favorite uncle.
Well, I'm their only uncle, so by default, I'm
Oh.
his favorite.
By default.
Yeah.
That's cool. Aurora, yeah, sure. You show off a sketch piece. Yeah, let's see.
All right, just real fast.
Oh, wow.
I paint these myself.
Oh, sweet.
my
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Same with this one back here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not holding them right. Hold on.
The Hydra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? It's a wood?
No, it's like resin. It's basically hard plastic.
Oh,
It's a,
super
Wow.
cool.
you carved yourself?
No, they're someone else's design that I purchased and then painted myself.
Okay. Nice.
Huh, thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Be fun to draw those too.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get in it, wow, they're really complex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Speaking of complex, let's move on to our next challenge. All right. Got 27 people hanging out. All right. Let's see. Let me share my screen and let's see what we got on tap. I don't know if this person is here. This person who wanted, let me see. We do have, this anatomic study. Is this person here? She couldn't make it last week. And she said she really wanted me to wait on this. But I don't know if this person is here because this really goes into a little more drawing realistic faces. And I think this is the direction I kind of wanted to go to. And this one also, somebody will draw a knight. That one was another suggestion for tonight. And what was this one? Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, that's definitely more advanced, but that was another suggestion. I think that was Sunny's suggestion. Not sure. This one has complex. Well, if the picture actually is tilted, huh? That's interesting. Oh, let's go to Photoshop real quick though, and point some stuff out. Let's see. And you can see my double screen here. Oh, did I lose it? Don't tell me I lost it. No, don't tell me I lost it. Oh,
Alanio, I added Nathan Chen's picture, but I don't know if it came up on the event.
oh yes, I did actually. Yeah, the skater. Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, he's on here too. Yeah, the skater. So that
Okay.
actually, that's very similar to the anatomy. We can do that. We can do that in the last hour. Yeah. Because that's definitely, yeah, I did get that. I did see that one also. I think I have it. Let me see. Where is that at? Here it is. I think, was it one of these? Was it a Pinterest one? Or was it this one? Nathan Chen. No, that's not it. I did see him. Yeah, it's on the meetup. I did see it though. All the suggestions. Oh no, it was in the
I added it to the actual invite.
I did see it too.
Yeah. That one's a little tough because it's not that clear, but I'll talk about it. We can talk about it. Why don't we go ahead and do the faces first, and then we'll go into that the second hour, because that's really similar to the night. I can put those two together, and then we can do some quick drawings. So why don't we go ahead and do that, because that kind of I think would be the best flow, is to do these this face first, which was that one. It's anatomic study, because this is actually pretty good. So this person is not here. Replace, yeah, let's go from there. There we go. All right, so you can see it actually already broken down. There's the circle, and you can see where that, it's actually not the center of the circle, that axis line, it's a little bit lower. And you can see how it's put together. And other things to look for when you're drawing faces on proportions, I'll point out real quick. This really helps when you're doing proportions. Oh, we have stuff in the chat. Can I show off? Yes, getting late for me, need to head out. All right, cool. Nice meeting you. Thank you for the class. You're welcome. Oh, good night, Yelena. All right, I know it's late out there, and then it's cold. All right, so let's out in Virginia. It's mid. Oh no, it's 11 o'clock right now, I think, on the East Coast. Okay, my drawing tools. All right, so yeah, I'll have these categories at like still lifes, architecture, and there's quite a few requests for architecture. All that stuff will be on the website in categories. Yes, we've drawn that stuff before. So there's that circle for the head. And it's good to see where it's at and how it fits. Let me move it up. There it goes. And then notice how the nose is right at the bottom of that. Noticing these things, noticing it just how everything fits, and noticing angles and shapes. And, even the center of this circle would be there. See that axis line there. Notice how everything's underneath there. And noticing this triangle here too, this triangle shape. That trying to see the big shapes, these big shapes, seeing these big shapes help like that. Help with accuracy. The center of the eye, bringing it down. Usually that mouth goes right to it, but it's not this time. Let's see, and here it does. This is a little bit on the inside, which is good. I mean, these are good points to look for. And then here, the size of the inside here, it should be an eye space. That should be an eye space. Now great thing about these tools, one thing that's good is I can make ovals at an angle, but I can grab this now and I can see, okay, there's an eye space there and the eye space there. You see, that's the size of the eye is right in the middle, and this helps a lot. And I think I did that with my Frida Kahlo. I think her eyes are a little bit slightly closer than they should be, but I don't know, I'll have to check again. It's all good. All right, so that's that right there. And then you can see, it's a little bit less than an eye. It's not quite half an eye. It's a little bit more than half from the edge to the outside. Here it's probably about a half. And then also you can see the top of the ear to the top of the eye, the bottom of the ear to the bottom of the nose. Those are all good points to look out for when you're drawing. These are all good anchor points or to help you with your accuracy. Okay. So
Claudio, on the
yeah.
drawing, do you think like between see how the line is on the right side? Is that about a third, or it looks like it's a little bit more than a third down for the eye and then a third and a third?
Usually eyes are the center. So here, this is broken down into thirds. Oh, actually, I'll show you. That's a good question. Okay, so where's my line? Here we go. So from here to the top of the head, that should be a 1, right? That's your 1. And then that's the center of the eyes. Then from here, actually, I don't know. Usually, I don't know why they're doing that. And these are good things to look for. The third of the face, from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin, and then getting that measurement up here. All right. So seeing those measurements. So here's that other measurement. I don't think that line is straight, but all right. So now I got that, and I can move them. So I can make this comparative analysis. I talk, there's a comparative analysis, we're comparing, there's that, and then we bring that up. And it looks like it goes up a little bit higher. Yeah, it should be up a little bit higher. Let me see, I can bring this down. Oops, let me see. There it goes. Oh, or can I? Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's good. There it is. Okay, so now I got this measurement here. And this is what artists do when they go like this with their pencil. They're taking these measurements, they're going like this, they're going like that. This is what they're looking for. These are the key points. So you can see where that line is to where that line is. And then if we bring that down, it's a little short. It's a little short, but I don't know, maybe the artist wasn't, but these are good things to look at. I mean, usually it's the same. So who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Yeah,
It's
something
kinda
to look off a little bit, right? Because it's usually a third. It's usually a third from here and a third above, but the third goes from the eye. It's best to kind of look at pictures because this is like, again, the bird, secondhand information. You want to go to firsthand information. So yeah, it would be best to do it. They broke it down nicely, but some things are not accurate as far as the thirds and stuff, because yeah, it should be breaking down into thirds, and this should be half. Like here, the top, this to where the eye is, it should be the halfway point. Usually, you can see that the eyes are probably a little bit higher, and that's fine, but then we know they're not totally centered; they're a little bit above the center. So yeah, some of the proportions are slightly off, but it looks pretty real, believable. And I'm thinking even this eye is slightly off. But
I think the mouth is too big.
All right.
From the nose, the tip of the nose to the mouth. Well,
Yeah.
everybody's different. Everybody's features are different. So
Right. Yeah, they are. But the standard thing is to look at is from the center of the eye down, and then the lips. Yeah, the lips might be a little bit wider, but yeah, everybody is different. Everybody is different, but those are things you have to be looking for. Let's take a look at that and see what we can compare it to, because that's good to compare it to other stuff. I mean, yeah, if we had the original picture that what they use, we can use that to make that comparison. See the thickness of that, the lips compared to an eye. Right? How does it relate? What are the relationships? Right? The width of the nose, if we can get the width of the nose. But let's look at a real picture. I don't think I can. No, I can't. Clear all my drawings. Go to a real picture. Oops, that's right there. But I think we can go with, oh, no, that's not a real picture. And there's, okay, here we go. Let's go to face. Let's just type in face. Oops, Facebook. Let's see images, see what comes up. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So we can, I don't know, just grab a face. And yeah, definitely, this is the best way to do it. Really look at faces and compare them. Ah, I got one of the sneeze. All right. Another person needs to take off. All right. Good night. We'll see. Whoever stays the longest, we'll take requests then. But yeah, we're gonna stick with this face thing. We'll do that face. So just hold on. We're just really looking at what to look for. And as far as proportions, yeah, definitely I can tell that this face. Oh, missing top of the part of the head. From the bottom there to the top of the head. You can see that the lips are a little bit smaller as well. Move this to the top, but it's going off the paper. So yeah, it probably, yeah, she's got actually pretty strong lower half. So it's a little bit smaller than I guess the standard. And then the center of the eyes, definitely can see that's a good thing here. And then here you can see that the bridge of the nose comes in that, but seeing that helps. Let's do some more drawing here. This size from here to there. About the eye, and it's kind of hard with those eyelashes. She's got some, but this is what you need to do. You really need to just study faces and see these, how wide the eye is, and you can see that eye space in the center. See that eye should be the same, and then here, this is a half an eye, or actually even less on the side. This side too. This side's probably a little bit more, half to the hair, and then an eye all the way to the edge of the head. Right. Those are good things to look for. Yeah, you can see the thirds that we were talking about. Usually the third is from the top of the eyebrow. That's where I count my thirds. When I do my thirds, I do the top of the eyebrow to the nose, and then from the nose to the bottom of the chin there. See, that's the thirds that I look for. So yeah, that's it. Usually those are the thirds. You can see that third works. I can turn this around. There to the top, from here to there. And this helps. And it's a lot to think about and when you're first learning it, but you know, you do one thing at a time, learn about the center where the eyes in the middle. That helped a lot when I first was drawing faces, knowing that the eyes are about the center. And then these other proportions or other fractions, like, oh, math, you know, it's kind of like, but you know, you get it over time. You get it. Like, okay, you see these thirds from the chin to the nose to the top of the forehead. Right, actually not it's the top of the forehead, not the top of the head. It would be that other third part, right? If you break it up into thirds, if you break it up into halves, it would be usually the center of the eyes. All right, so that's it. We'll just do a quick drawing of the face, and then we'll do some body sketches. All right, so let's draw that, and that's the plan for the night. All right, let's do this. Okay, let me share it first. Let's stop this drawing. Can I? Oh yeah, I can move. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe this one. If we have some time, I'll squeeze that one in. That one's a bit of a challenge. I would straighten it out. I was gonna do Pearl your thing, but I didn't get a screenshot. I was trying to paste that violin in here, but my screenshot didn't work. Yeah,
You want to do it again?
No, I got it. It did go. I think I was in the wrong spot.
Oh yeah, there it is. And you can go to Diane's website and get maybe a better picture of it.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, actually, that sounds good, actually. Let me do that. Let's go to Diane. Stop. Gosh. Diane Mize. That's how fast I listen to my videos. Oh, there she is. All right, let's see. You're gonna have to navigate here a little bit. This is where, under painting, special features, where should I look?
Does she have something there, quick tips?
Learn from Diane, video tutorials, YouTube newsletter.
You can go to the YouTube channel and you probably find it there. It's a recent one.
Oh,
It's a recent video that she just put up.
Oh. Let's see, there she is. There she is.
to our.
Okay, let's go to her videos. There we go. Oh, wow, no, I don't see it.
Oh, let's see.
Oh yeah, she's talking about light and stuff like that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, some of the basic stuff, that's great. Oh yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna look up the number of the quick tip because they're all numbered.
all right. Yeah, meanwhile, I can actually do through the Photoshop this picture here. Let me see. Let me zoom in. We got some hands up here. I can make this bigger and just point some stuff out. Yeah, so with this, actually, let's go back to my annotation. With this one, it's just form. It's just form. We'll get to drawing to the face. Gotta turn in. All right, please post this lesson, please. Yes, I will. All right, good night, Noble. All right, so let me annotate this real quick and then we'll draw the face and then we'll get to drawing bodies. That's the plan. That's the plan. All right, so let's annotate here. This is form. So this is why this might be difficult. So I'm going to point out the parts of the form. Annotate. Oh, there we go. Here we go. So let's actually, before I annotate, let me zoom in some more. There we go. Ooh. Why don't we zoom in? I was gonna. There we go. That's it. Stop moving around. There it is. All right, cool. So what it is basically two ovals. So the face, there's the face, and then there's the side. So let's take a look at the face. Annotation tool. There we go. So it's basically, I would say, and I can't do it, you know, sideways oval, but you have these like two oval shapes, and then the thickness, and really you can't see the angle. So because there's not enough contrast, it's just light against light. So what's really important to understand the form. When you understand the form, then you know when you don't see stuff, you know that it's there, and you don't have to draw it, but you understand the structure, and you can get it solid to be solid. So if I were to draw this. Why don't I draw it in? Ooh, it's going to say in Photoshop. I'll just sketch it out actually. So let me see. Clear this. Clear all drawings there. Now I'm going to use the Photoshop tools drawings. It's interesting. Okay. There we go. There we go. And I can use these tools now on this side, which is funny. I'm going from the tools from Zoom to my tools here. Pencil tool, brush tool. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're drawing with white. Let's flip that. Yeah, so you have this shape here, this shape, that one, and the shape of the violin. And you can kind of see it, and it's not really a clear picture, so that's what makes it difficult. That it's behind there. Yeah, it would have to be, yeah, the picture would have to be clearer. That's an added challenge. So yeah, hopefully if you submit a better picture, we can take a look at it. All right, let's draw the face. Let me share that. Let me close this. There we go. Ah, that's my daughter. Oh, I don't know where she's at. All right, free essentials. All right, where did it go? I've got all these windows open, all the Zillow stuff. Let me minimize that one. All right, let's, oh, here it is. All right, there we go. This is a good one. So I wonder if I can copy image address. Let's paste that, see if that works, paste. All right, so we'll just do one quick face. There it is, that's that one. There's a lot of shading and other stuff to it. You can see some blending, but we won't worry about that. Let me put this, thanks, sorry, got called back into a late meeting. Oh man, all right, Brianne, let's see ya. All right, there's that. Oh, I just sent it to Brianne. Gotta send it to everybody. That's what happens sometimes when I get a message from somebody. All right, there it is.
Eladio, not to belabor the point, but can you highlight me?
Sure. Hold on. Let's see. Where are you at?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't see. Hold on. Alrighty.
I'm looking at the original picture that the photograph that she posted,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's so much clearer.
Your camera is off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, got it.
All right. Oh. Hold on. There we go. I just spotlighted you, but it's off.
That's
Oh yeah, that's better. And it's color. Yeah.
If I don't know if you want to give me your email address, but I could forward this to you if you want.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat straight to you. I think I can do that. You can always message me on Meetup. But let me
I don't
see.
know. Sometimes I don't know how that works. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's all good.
Oh.
Let's see if I can straight chat with you. All right, Pearl, let me see if I can find you. All right, hold on, everybody. You can practice while we're practice drawing forms. That'd be a good thing to do. Look up, there you are, look up form and do that. So you're not Oh, so we're a little, we're idling a little bit. Gmail.com. All right, there you go.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, so there's that one, and I think I put it in the web chat, the picture. If you want, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So if you want to screenshot it, you can screenshot it. There it is. There's that one. That's the one we're going to be drawing. Actually, it would be better to draw this one up here. And notice how this eye is straighter. Yeah, there's slight asymmetry to the eyes, because here it's straighter and here it's a little bit of an angle, and here it's a little bit of an angle. But it's all right. It's all good. But it's well done. I mean, whoever did it well. It's just these little, we can always nitpick. You can nitpick in my drawings too. It's easy to nitpick. And just the thing is just to do it, you know, and then not be too picky. Because then you get paralysis from analysis. You're
The
like,
two
and then you-
horizontal, Eladio, two
Yes.
horizontal line across the face, is
Yes.
that supposed to be a third and a third and a third, or?
Yes, it's usually a third and a third and a third. Usually, it depends on the face. So every face is different and their angles are all different, but those are things to look for and to see if it's a third and a third. Usually it's a third and a third and a third, but sometimes it's different. And when it's different, say, oh, okay, it's a little bit more. You can adjust it. You can
Mhm.
adjust the face. So like here it is not perfect thirds, right?
So she has a higher forehead. Is that, am I
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
it right?
Well, usually the thirds, when you're doing thirds, the third goes to here.
Mm,
It doesn't go to the top of the head.
mm.
Usually, so those are the fractions you're looking for. Those are the ratios and the proportions you're looking for. I just pointed them out. I can point them out again. Let me see. Drawing, annotate. Here we go. It's, yeah, those are the thirds. So yeah, I usually count my thirds from the top of there to there to the bottom of the chin, and then it goes. The third would be up here, up there somewhere like that, and then the hair. And then, and that's good to look for, the thirds. And then the half, the eyes are in the half of the head. So from the top of the head to the middle where the eyes are, from the eyes to the chin. And you can see that last model that I was looking at, her chin was, her bottom half was bigger. So knowing that, I would probably make the bottom half a little bit bigger. I wouldn't put the eyes, I would put the eyes a little bit higher. On one of the pictures that we were looking at, I think it's up here. Let me clear that. Let me clear my drawing first. Clear all drawings, that one. Yeah, this one here, face, that one. Yeah, she has her, we don't see the top of her head, but I think the bottom of her face is bigger than just a little bit bigger. Yeah, because she's got a lot of jawline, maybe a smaller forehead or something. I don't know what's going on here. And it just, every person varies. It could be the angle, it could be, you know, the camera could be a little bit lower. And it probably is, well, I don't know, the ears, you can see the ears are lower. Sometimes the ears should be where the eyebrows are. And these are things to look for. You can see here on this girl, her ears are closer to the bottom of her eyebrows. Right? And then checking those proportions and things to look for. All these little variants, yeah. Yeah, you get to doing, you know, like his cheek up here sticks out a little bit more.
Yeah, chisel,
Yeah, a little more chisel. Yeah.
square. Oh, okay.
All the different faces. And it's just noticing that. And this is a 3/4 view, which is more challenging. And that's where you start getting to more dynamic stuff, more dynamic, different
Nice.
angles, different, that's where it gets really challenging because she's looking at a different way and all this other stuff. But, you know, you got to take it from, you know, oh yeah, and then the muscles, a little bit, the muscles help a little bit. Okay, and then expressions, definitely expressions. You know, look at that. Wow. All right, enough, I think. All right, let's get ready. So hopefully you're drawing on your own. Yeah, and that's where this one makes it a little more difficult. I would straighten it out and draw that. We can save that for next time. Or if we were doing, if we were in the summer and I had more energy, we were still testing this week. Tomorrow's our last day of testing. I would draw it. We'd stay up a little later. Let's see, stop sharing. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Upside down. All right, so we're gonna draw the face. Start off with the circle. Remove the spotlight, turn the spotlight on me. Here we go, I think, here we go. Let's see, spotlight for everybody. All right, here we go. We are spot lit. And then the angle of my camera was off. Huh, that distorts things. It's all about the angles, ratios, angles, proportions, and practice. All about the practice. All right, so we're gonna practice drawing a circle. Just, you know, I like an airplane coming down for landing. Just sketch it in. Doesn't have to be, see how it's all kind of, just sketch it in. It's a sketch. If you can add to it. There we go, see, sketch it in. Get it as round as you can. If you have to trace, well, it's better just to practice trying to get it a round circle, because you can always adjust it. And then let's go back. LOL, not leaving, just coming in. Okay. I thought you had a meeting. LOL. Okay, here we go. Anatomy of a face. And I think the face above actually is better without the shading when you're first learning. The one that's above. That's all good. All right, let's take a look. So from here, the way they do it is, yeah, they do the thirds down here. I don't know, that's an odd way of doing it. I usually try to get the shape of the head. That's the first thing. I do look for the circle, and then I do see the chin. And I usually try to see this, and this is usually, you know, dictates the shape of the head. And usually you have this oval shape. And again, your mileage will vary. Depends on the person's face. Of course, some people more angular, more chiseled, all that stuff. But this is what I look for first, the shape of the head. You can see this egg shape, right? See the circle, the egg shape. And then always at the bottom of that circle is usually where the nose is. And then this is where your thirds, this is where the thirds begin. So you can see that this would be the bottom of the nose. And then that's the chin. And you get that measurement and then bring that to the top right there. And that would be the top. And this is where I would put my eyebrows at. But I think they have their eyes there. I don't know that they have their eyes, actually the eyelids there. But let's go with what I know. All right, let's go with what I know, what I've learned. Even though the drawing is really good. I like the shading is really good. There are some slight things, but and again, these are good things to look for. These are good things to look for. The eyes are usually in the center of the face. So here's the center, and let's find the middle. See the top of the head to about there, and then from there to the bottom. So I probably lower it just a little bit more. Bring it down just slightly. That's the center of the eyes. And then here we go. Let's do our axis line straight up and down the center. Oh, we should give props to this person. Well, first of all, this was a drawing that was suggested by somebody. So that's where this drawing came from. But the actual person, webneil.com, got to give them some props. Anatomic study, face study. Who is Webneil? Let's see if it's a person or what. Webneil. Oh, webneil.com. Super cool tech mosquito and wasp 3D models. Interesting website. They just have images and designs and stuff. Nothing in particular. I don't know where this, we would have to do a Google search to see who actually did this. But I don't think that there's anything on the drawing itself. No, I don't see. Let me zoom out. No, no signature. All right, well, we'll just keep going. All right, the next thing I would aim for usually is trying to find the center of the eyes. Where's that center? And it's usually on this center here. It's towards the middle. So you look here and look here, and it's usually right at that middle there. So right that middle. That's where the middle of the eye is going to be. On this side too. And again, your mileage will vary, but it's good to see, okay, it's a little more to the left, a little more to the right. Is it not quite centered? When you're first starting out, this structure really helps, because then you start seeing it and you do it without even thinking. I was like drawing when I was doing the stuff and going for speed. I was like, you know, I would see something like in the face when I was doing this face here. And I was just drawing it. I was just going for it. Like the eye, I was just doing it. And just painting.
That is so fantastic.
Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, I was just going for it.
Is that paint?
It's tempera. It's tempera paint, yeah.
Tempera paint. Oh,
Tempera paint, yeah. And yeah, it's a
what is
water.
a tempera paint?
It's a
has no-
water-based. It's a water-based school paint that they use to make posters and.
Oh, okay. So it
It's
doesn't
nothing-
smell. It doesn't have that um the strong
No.
turpentine.
Turpentine, no, students, we can't use that stuff. That's cool. All right, so now from here, we find the center of that. This is where the eye kind of begins. So we find the middle of this side. This is where we're eyeballing the middle. We do that on that side and then do it on this side as well. And that should give you that space. So it's basically just breaking things into fractions. Math. And the same thing on the side. And I have seen where people do more than a half an eye. So break that into halves. Oops, a little bit less. All right. Let me erase a little bit. Okay. And we can get into drawing faces and all the parts. Right now, it's just the proportions we're really focusing on, because really there's a lot of the complexity of an eye is really complex. But just really quickly, I'm just really more focusing on just the general proportions, because we can talk about all this eye stuff and how the eye pupil goes underneath that eyelid. These are things to practice. You can see how that goes like that, and the shapes and everything. But it goes from here to here, and you can see that's an eye space in between the eyes. And then I'm just simplifying there. A little duct. And there's a thickness to that. And sometimes like today's drawing, the first drawing we did, all we did was a dot. You know, sometimes and like the oh, this guy right here. Where's my other guy? Here, there he is. All the eyes are just shaded out. Wow, look at that. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it's just dark space. So I'm not even worrying about any of the eye anatomy. It's just the shade. But I know it's there. All right. Here we go. So then the little bit of coloring and highlights and all that stuff, I kind of, I'm just going to rush through it. So I'm just shading it, shading the top. There's the pupil in there. There's a highlight. But what's important is just the proportions and the practice. Draw the other eye. And it's good to, sometimes at first you do need to draw the guidelines in so you can get the eyes to kind of be the same like this, do two guidelines. And then after a while, you don't have to. You can just do it by using almost like your supervision. You can see the guidelines without drawing them. But at first you might have to draw them. Let's see, let's bring this eye a little lower. But I know where it starts and stops. And then the pupil underneath. Make sure there's some overlap as the eye goes underneath the eyelid. And then shade it, shading the top a little bit darker. And I'm not getting into specifics of shading the eye, but there's a lot of little things I'm doing here. So I am shading the top part a little bit darker and then just bringing it down here lighter, trying to keep a little bit of a highlight. It gives it that sense of realism. So without talking too much about the anatomy of the eye, the eyelid, going up and over, and then down. Watching these angles, watching these shapes, and the eyelashes as well. This is a female face. Do the eyelid on the other side. Yeah, these are the proportions. The eyelashes are pretty. The hardest thing with eyelashes is try not to make them look like spider legs. That's the thing with eyelashes. Try not to make them look like spider legs, especially on women's eyelashes. And how they're triangular shape. And they do go more of a triangular shape. And then it just comes with time and practice. And doing some spider legs. Sometimes you got to do the spider legs and say, oh, I did some spider legs. Like, okay, try not to. And study. Yeah, so you'll know. You see, oh, like, oh, I don't like the way that looks. And then you study it. Okay. You hit that wall. And then you say, okay, I need to study that. I need to see how does it look? Do some observing. Because your brain tries to simplify stuff. Your brain will draw a CBS eye, just like CBS, it'll do like that. It'll do the CBS eye, like channel 2C, or I don't know, whatever station channel it is. But it's like that, because your brain simplifies things. But you really got to observe and see how things, how the eye goes underneath and the shape and the form and understanding the parts. And then that's when you can really just simplify stuff and shade it all out. You learn it and then simplify it so much where you don't even see the eyes anymore. You know that they're there. All right, so there's the eyes. Ay. There we go. There's the eyes. My CBS eye. We're zoomed in a lot. Okay, so then here is when I learned, it was kind of like a necktie, where this is kind of goes together here, this part of the necktie, and then it comes out like a tie for the nose, like that. But it's this shape that kind of goes around and almost echoes the eyelid. It echoes, and it depends. You almost want to see this shape. Sometimes it has this like circular shape here, where that eyebrow kind of comes in, and then it usually goes thicker. There. All right, and then this one as well. And then I see this little curve. This curve helps me a lot, getting that eyebrow in. It's kind of the way it curves up and around. Yeah, and I'm looking at the drawing and I do see that. I kind of imagine it, and it's kind of actually extend the eyebrow, and it actually helps me make a shape in here that actually helps me get that spacing right. And then you can erase some of it, or you can shade it out where you don't see it. And then just that eyebrow actually just goes up to there, doesn't continue. It comes down thicker. All right, thank you for joining us tonight. We got 20 people hanging out. The hardcore heroes. Here. Going long hours. We're getting close to the 9 o'clock hour here. Yeah, at the 9 o'clock hour, we'll start drawing the bodies. Let's wrap this one up. We'll draw a little bit of anatomy. I do want to do that half hour of drawing that night. I don't know if that person's here. If that person's here, not here, we'll skip it. I gotta see. All right, now I'm already shading without talking about it. I'm talking about other stuff, about the night. I'm gonna draw the night tonight. In this shading that goes in here. The nose is here's this part of the nose, and then the nostrils. Right up there. Another thing to look for too is from the eye to the nose, there's this triangle here, and that actually helps to get to where the lips are. And you don't have to draw it. If you at first you do draw it, just draw it, look for it. The tip of the eye, tip of the nose, and even see it. But after doing it for a while, then it just becomes automatic. You don't even draw it. All these guidelines, you can just do it. Although sometimes I don't do it, and I'm like, I wish I had, because it's like run into problems. It's all good. It's all good. And you're like, okay, back. Let's take a step back. It happened when I was working on a mural one time. I was working on this mural. Funny story. I was working on this mural of a priest at this church. They wanted to commemorate him because he passed away. And I was doing this mural of him, of his face. And I'll do this freehand. I don't need to put the squares. I don't need to do any of that great stuff. And it was, I hadn't drawn portraits, especially that big. This, it was probably a little bit bigger than this Frida face. This Frida one, yes, it was a little bit, yeah, it was bigger than this one. So yeah, this face definitely was bigger than this one. So this one's pretty big. If I zoom out, yeah, even that's you can see how big my hand is to this face. So yeah, it was probably twice the size of this. And I thought I have free-handed it before, but I don't know. This time I didn't get it. And the two church ladies were there. They were like, from a distance, I could hear them talking. And they're like, "Ah, no se parece," which means it doesn't look like him. And then I turn around and they go, "Oh, it's looking good." They're like thumbs up, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew it wasn't. Well, plus they said it too. And I'm like, oh, and it's kind of hard when you're in the middle of it when people critique. But I did make some changes to it. I did, like, okay, let's take back to the drawing board. I did make a grid drawing after it and fix it. But yeah, sometimes you have to hit those walls. All right, so there's the nose. The lips, so that's the top of the lips, and that helps right here. That helps right here. And can I already start? Actually, why don't I block it in? I can see, okay, the lips are going to be in this area right in here. So I can just really quickly just put an oval in here. This is just like a holder space to kind of say, okay, that's where the lips are going to go. And it's really simplifying it. I'm just trying to see where it's kind of going to go. And if the lips should be a little bit bigger, I would look at that. It's from the middle of the eye, usually. Actually, those lips are a little smaller, so we'll go a little bit smaller. But I use this as a reference point. The center of the eye, bring that down. Center of the eye, bring that down. That's how wide the mouth usually is. Then in here, I see the negative space, this like the chin. I see this oval shape always, that space, and seeing this space here around it and how it kind of like holds the mouth. Because a lot of times, sometimes, well, I've done this. You do this too close and you don't have that space, chin space, that negative space. So make sure you're getting that space in there. You see that space in there. Slight angles. And so now that I kind of blocked the mouth in, I can go ahead and find the center. And that's another thing too, where that is it closer to the nose or closer to the chin? It's usually right, it's usually a little bit above the center, right about there. That's what you're looking for. This mouth kind of turns down. It's got some pretty full lips. And the top lips are usually darker. And if a face is slightly different, it'll be slightly different. It'll be a whole different person. So faces are the toughest thing to draw. See, there's those lips, with the little mountain lips on the top. And then the bottom lip is fuller and usually lighter. They have it, I don't know. Do it like that. And they do have some texture actually on the one. There we go. Having our art battle here. This is the way to draw a face. No, it's all good. You want to not just follow one lesson, but follow other people. You might get something, somebody else says it a different way. Immerse yourself in other people's, not just one person's approach. Follow one person, get that approach, and then listen to somebody else. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. We'll compare our drawing to theirs, and we'll see. And sometimes, getting that explanation helps too. There it is. You can see my face coming along here. They've got some really nice shading in here on their drawing, which is a whole other level of shading. Talking about shading and not being afraid to make it look dirty. It's one of the challenges. Oh, it looks dirty. I'm afraid to make it look dirty. But when you're sketching, I mean, you're already shading almost. I mean, it's like one step closer to shading when you sketch. You're just throwing lines in there, and then, okay, just throw more lines. And then before you know, you're just like shading without rubbing. Some people rub. You can actually rub erase. Look at this one. You really don't want to do that. When you're first learning, that's okay. But you get the grease, the oil from your fingers on it, and you really don't get, I mean, I can tell the difference when you're shading with a pencil and you're actually doing shading or that rub. And there's a difference. So you do want to eventually get better at it just by shading with pencil. You'll see the difference as well. And it does make a difference. All right, there's a little bit of cheekbone. A little bit of cheekbone in there. I'm going to add a little bit of cheekbone. And maybe even a little bit more shadow under the eyeshadow. Under here. Shade it in a little bit because it does go in and there's a lack of photons. Light doesn't hit in here. So it does usually shade in a little bit darker and it helps push it back by shading that in there. Just putting a little bit of a shade, even here, through here, the nose, the bridge of the nose, there should be a little bit of shade because that pushes back as well. And this is where you're starting to get planes. We're talking about planes. That's a whole other lesson. So right now, just focusing on proportions. And then get the ears and we're done. Let's get those ears in. And then we'll focus on the peeps. All right, getting close to that 9 o'clock hour. All right, so the ears are right at the top of the eyelids. So right where the eyelids are, that's where the top of the ears are. So I'm just really quickly do that. Do that. Right now, you just do it. I don't even think about it. The bottom of the nose, that's where the bottom of the ear is. And that's some of the lines. If you notice that the drawing, they're using those. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but it's good to use that as a guide. The nose for the ear, and the ear is not important. Sometimes you're looking up, looking down, and that'll move, but you want to use those as reference points. I said anchor points, but yeah, reference point, anchor points, points of reference. Sometimes people draw their ears too big, too small. They're not making those comparisons. There we go. Attach those ears. I don't know what kind of hair. We'll leave the hair alone. We won't talk about hair today. That's a whole other mass. We'll worry about the ears, the inner workings. We won't worry about that. We'll just shade it out. And sometimes just getting the shape, and you don't have to do. Look, I'm just going to shade it out. It gets lost in the shadow. Simplify it. You can see that. The other side has that detail. This one, we can actually do that. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Somebody looked it up once. Jessica's not here. I'm here. I just shaded it out. Jessica, she does our research, our class research. She would look it up. All right. And then the hair. She's got that. I don't want to say G.I. Jane. Oh my gosh. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But there it is. All right, we won't worry about the shading, but yeah, there's a little bit of reflection and soft shading here on the original, and a little bit more. I would probably bring that up. That's not looking too bad. There's a little bit of watch. Well, you'll see. Yeah, if I turn it, there's a little bit of a glare. Yeah, I can see on my drawing.
Can you show how to do the nose?
The nose, sure, the nose. And I'm using tonight, I'm using an HB outline drawing pencil. The nose. Okay, so the nose, let's break it down. Good question. So the nose, I can see the shape of the nose, where the nose is going to be. And then there's two parts, and it's understanding the parts. You have that center part, and then they have the parts on the side.
Okay.
So you have the nostrils, kind of and these are kind of like I remember drawing the profile view. When you have that profile view, it's this way. These become this way, like this. See that those nostrils are like two rocks on the side of a little hill. So if this is a hill, right, and then you have these two rocks on next to them, and the nostrils are inside that, and everybody's slightly different, but you have the nostril kind of comes down and swoops. And kind of comes around in there. Let me zoom in a little bit more.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, because it goes thick to thin. As it goes to the center, it thins out. And then here, it depends on the lighting. All this should be in shadow because the nose comes out. The nose is coming out, and then these nostrils would be kind of like this in here, like that as well. And then the nose comes down. And I'm pointing stuff out. You don't usually see this. Usually just see this shape, this form, which is like a sphere. And then this is the sphere, right? We're talking about form. So this would be kind of like a spheric shape on that nose. That would be in shadow sometimes. And even down under here. And then, yeah, this is all a sphere too. So that all this would be in shadow, slight shade. And sometimes you see this pronounced, or sometimes it just goes back up. Like here, I didn't do it. It's, you know, the side, it's all just one piece. But understanding those two parts, the center that comes out, and then the two kind of like rocks on the side, the two, yeah, the nostrils, kind of like the way they attach. And then here it's just all together on this one. And I can add probably a little more shade underneath, a little bit of shade. Yeah, there we go. And maybe even there. Sometimes I like putting like a little, there's a little line in the middle. Yeah, some people have some really interesting shape. I mean, you can see the structure, really interesting shaped noses. And those are fun to draw, like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that nose. And then you just, you know, just put it in there and draw it in there. It's kind of fun. It's like, oh, wow.
So 2 rocks on each side.
Yeah. Two little rocks on that hill. So you have that you see that hill. There's a little hill with the nose, and then the two little, like little pebbles. Oh, where's my clay? Bring out my clay. I can make it out of clay. So my skull, I gave it away. A student wanted to do something, and he put it in his sculpture. So that big white skull, that big face that I had is gone. All right, so there it is. All right, we're gonna get to drawing some. It's 9 o'clock. Let's draw some. Somebody asked for. I don't know if the person is here that wanted the night.
Can I have the picture first?
Yes. Which picture? The night. Well, actually, I don't know if we're gonna draw the night. We're definitely gonna draw. Somebody asked for anatomy, or there was quite a few people. But whoever's here, we'll take suggestions here. We're down to 19. I'll take suggestions, or if you throw something in the chat, we can discuss it a little bit. I'm thinking of anatomy. I would like to do that. Maybe we can just even jump into the 30-minute drawing, the website, where we just draw really quickly. So that's a good practice to just draw really fast. And that's good. Sometimes we want to draw slow. Sometimes we want to draw fast, right? Just practice drawing what we see. Boom, boom, boom. It's really putting that pencil mileage in. All right. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of shine or glare. If you, yeah, that looks better right there. Yeah, because you can get a little bit of glare, but yeah, because it's probably an H or a B pencil would probably be dark, but not glary like that.
Oh, I like your nose.
Thanks.
To master that.
All right, let's see. Look at these faces. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about people. I don't know if the person's not here. Let me see. Where's our? And even Matthew, who left. I'm glad he came. He had written to me. Oh, here it is. Draw a night. Yeah, this is interesting. I like the anatomy, and then they put the whole thing over. So you kind of actually lose the anatomy. Let me share my screen. I don't know if we're going to draw this one, but we'll draw something like it, and then we'll do the quick draw line art webpage. Let me share my screen. There we go. Share. So this was a request. I should put the names of who requests what. Say, are you here? Okay, let's do your drawing. But it's all right. I'm getting some really good input. All right, cool. So there's that. Yes, let's do this. Join us in our mission. Over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to draw, how to do anything. Today, we're asking you to join us. Oh, the WikiHow. That's a good website, actually. I like WikiHow. They do have a lot of stuff on how to do anything. You can just type it in, how to draw Middle Night. And they take you step by step. And that's the thing. What are the steps? What are the steps? Right. They try to simplify. But definitely anatomy is really complex. It takes actually a couple of years to really of understanding drawing first and then drawing anatomy, the proportions and the muscles and then angles, and it does get complex to the advanced stuff. But it's just doing it. It's doing it. There's a lot to learn and practice until you get it. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly until you get it. Yeah. So who says that? I know who says it. It is Les Brown. Les Brown says that. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Let's see, I can prove it. Am I sharing my screen? Yes. Let's see, anything worth doing. So let's look for, there's anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. That's it. That's Les Brown. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Let's look at, here it is. Worth doing badly. I'm pretty sure anything worth doing is worth doing poorly at first. Brian Tracy said it, huh? Brian Tracy, but I think Les Brown said it as well. Zig Ziglar, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you learn to do it well. Oh, Zig Ziglar. Well, maybe, I don't know. Sometimes they all find a quote and say it and just repeat it. So there we go. If a job is worth doing, it's worth doing poorly first. Joel Salatin. Yeah. And it's just practice. With practice, you progress. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. I thought it said boldly. Do it boldly. All right. Anyways. All right. Let's find some characters. How to draw people. Why don't we just go ahead and that's why. Why don't we just go to line art? Line. There it is. Line of action. We'll do that. All right. So we're going to draw. What do we want to draw? We're going to draw all models, and then we can actually break some down. And then we can go really fast. I can pause them, which is really cool. Include both male, female, yes. Ages, teen to adults. Adults. And then all the same length, right? 30 seconds. Oh, class mode. I like class mode. How long is the class? 30 minutes. I will stop though, just to point out some of this stuff. So we'll point out. I'll stop some of the drawings and let's get drawing. All right. So let me pause. Pause. There we go. So there's 10 more drawings at this length. Yeah, some of the things to look for. And this one's a little bit hard on the anatomy. You can go ahead and draw. I'm just going to point stuff out if you want to draw this person. Where's my tools? Oh, they're being covered up by the chat. Here, drawing, there we go. So from shoulder to shoulder, sometimes it leans, sometimes it goes higher or lower. So that's something good to look for. The head, of course. There's really three parts. There's the torso, and then there's the pelvis, and then there's the legs, or the limbs, right? So this one is an interesting angle. But anyways, I'll go ahead and erase
That looks
it.
like a Chinese character.
Yeah. I'm just the things that I look for. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and draw it. Let's see, let's clear. Drawings. All right, there we go. All right, so I'll go ahead and draw. Let's turn the, this is, I think 30 seconds. That's not bad, 30 seconds. So if you've already started, that's great. I will be pausing there. So this is going to be longer than a half an hour. So it's 9:07 now. Let's see. Where's my camera? You're definitely getting more than 30 seconds. Where's my camera? Where's my views? Oh, stop that one. Where's my camera? I don't see everybody. There we go. There we are. Oh. Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. This is it. There we go. I see. I see it now. All right, cool. I'll do it really quick. When I finish, I'll continue playing. So there's my head. See, here's the torso. And I'm just scribbling it in. See, I'm just massing it in. There's torso, a little bit of belly. That's the pelvis is in there. And then the leg, the leg shape coming out this way, leg shape coming out this way. I'm noticing the angle. And then this, the calf, slight angle there. So this is really nice shape of the foot, the way it kind of curves and stuff in there. There's a lot of interesting shapes in there. I'm not going to talk about, but I've drawn before and I've studied before. So see, the more you do something, the better you get at it. At first, it's like, and you forget that you learned it. I mean, you forget that you had to learn to walk. You forget that you had to learn to tie your shoes. But if you really think back or even watch somebody learning to do those things, it's like, oh my gosh. And we forget that we had to go through that. And we think that we're, like my son, when he was a kid, he saw a zebra. I'm going to press play. He saw a zebra and he called it a horse. And then, you remember it? And I tell him, you thought, and they go, no. I guess he was like a year later. No, I never thought it was a horse. That's a zebra. I'm like, okay, we all want to prove ourselves right. All right, so 13 seconds. Feel free to add more stuff to it. He's so cute. He's got a kid of his own now.
Eladio, I can't see your drawing.
Oh, you can't? Hold on, I'll highlight
No.
it. All right, there's the next one.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good post. All right, let me spotlight my, oh, no, I do have a spotlight on mine. I don't know, remove spotlight. There, I removed it. I can add the spotlight again, spotlight for everyone. All right, okay, I don't know. Well, I do have this, the screen should be mostly the.
Yes,
this.
I see the screen, but I don't see your drawing.
Oh, well. No. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and press play. See if I can get it in 30 seconds. I got to start picking up the speed myself. Okay. So here's the head. Here's the torso. And just get that torso shape. It should just have a little bit of a roundness in that pelvis area. The pelvis, a little bit of belly actually. Then the pelvis. Leg. This leg here, that this leg points out that way. I'm mostly doing, oh yeah, not enough time. And there's the head and the pelvis, good angle. Sometimes you want to get that gesture in there. This leg here, holding her up, hand for balance. This hand up. So I'm just scribbling it in, trying to mask
It is hard to see you, Eladio. We're seeing more of
is?
the other picture.
But that's fine. Actually, you should be looking at the picture. I'm just guiding. Oh, no.
Oh,
Sorry. Or you want to exit? I want to go to the next one. Cancel next. Sorry. There we go. All right. Blur that one out now. Okay, so here, this is an interesting one. The circle, I would get the circle of the head. I wouldn't even worry about all this detail in the face. I'd just get the circle of the head, get the shape of that torso, that pelvis. I mean, the different parts. All right, let's press play. Yeah, I don't know if I did nudes. I didn't think I had that. I'm glad Matthew's here. Matthew actually suggested he didn't want to any nudes, and I'm like, okay, or live drawings.
That would be fun.
Yeah, live, yeah. I know there's some classes that do that. There's another nude. Yeah, let's see. I guess we're gonna skip some drawings. The head moving forward. Yeah, actually drawing live. I know some other classes do it. And there's been suggestions of other people going to other classes that have that. That's great. We should promote those classes as well.
The first time I did it when I was only sophomore in high school.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I won a scholarship from the
Oh, that's
women's
awesome.
club, but
That's-
I didn't realize I did not read this little subtitle on the bottom of the,
oh, that you're gonna
Program.
draw.
and I didn't know I was gonna draw nude.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know the first time when I was in college and we were drawing that nude people, I had already been drawing people and like live. When I got to drawing nudes, it wasn't a big deal. But I remember there was one girl, she was young, she was a teenager, first year in college, and she was red. She was so red. She was, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna, yeah, we're probably gonna be finished early tonight. The rate we're going, there's 3 more of these. All right. We're gonna have a lot of blurring to do. Or I can crop it, actually, yeah. Now that I've had some practice with my Premiere, doing some editing, video editing, I can edit those videos. It does take a little bit of time, but I feel like I can do it. Well, I know I want to edit the videos down to like just the essence, just the lessons. And oh, that's
I
interesting.
can't just get your screen. Huh?
My own screen? I don't know.
Yeah, I have Pearl as well as Ine.
Oh, really? Okay, wait a minute. They might be
It's
highlighted.
hard
Let
to
me-
see you.
oh, hold on.
I think
You
you're
know what?
displaying, you're displaying gallery. If you do speaker, you
Yeah,
see audio.
yeah. Go to the top right where it says view. And then, yeah, go to speaker instead of gallery. That'll help. Yeah. Did I pause it? I think I did. Yeah, 27 seconds. So this is interesting. Yeah, this really just forces you to look at simplified version. You just see the head. See, the head's just that. You want to just try to capture the shape, a little bit of an angle, and then the torso. The torso is like that at that angle. A slight angle. The arms are over. You can have one hand here, another hand over here, and just even. And then the pelvis. There's a little bit of a shift on the pelvis as well.
Eladio,
Yes.
can you show us later on, I guess, when you draw something like this, you're looking for the line of the shoulder, the line of like
Yeah.
the middle of the stomach, and then the hips. And then you're
Mhm.
looking for the joints, kind of.
Yeah, the joints and the parts. Like here, this leg here. And it depends on how much time I have. Like even the form, like here, yeah, I'll break one down. This is a good one actually to break down. This is because it depends on how much time I have and what I'm looking at, where I'm focusing. There's several areas of focus. Yeah. And the first one is actually simplifying things into those parts, the pelvis, the torso, and the limbs. Definitely the pelvis and the torso, and everything else just attaches itself to that. All right, let's keep going.
How much time do we have now on each? on
Each one, there's 2 more 30-second ones. I think, let me see.
That was more than 30.
I know I stopped it because I paused it. Hold on, there's still 10 seconds on this one here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I did pause it.
No, I just want to know how much time to.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I know it's gonna rush through them. But this was an interesting one. That's I pause it. Yeah, they're 30 seconds. This is 30 seconds. I can pause this one too. This one's interesting. A lot of shapes, a lot of form. Interesting. There we go. There's the top. Because like this one's just not as conventional. I mean, there's more stuff going on there. A little harder to see the torso and the pelvis underneath. But it's all still the same. Let's skip this one.
Too fast.
All right, that one's got a nice form, but let's see, that's a minute. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that one. Yeah, these are a minute now. There's 5 more. These are 5 minutes, so a minute each. There's the head, the hair. Yeah, these are a minute. The other ones were 30 seconds. These are twice as long. Slight angle. Yeah, because you could be doing stick figures. Did I pause it? Oh no, there's still 10 seconds. Actually, I could have focused and done some more work. Actually, I nailed it pretty quick. All right, so there it is. Oh, all right, same model. Good. She's a good model.
This is a guy, isn't it?
It's a girl.
Huh? It's a
I
girl?
believe it's a woman. Yeah.
Oh, that muscle looks like a guy, this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all the same.
I think it's a guy. Muscular thigh.
Yeah. You never know nowadays.
Oh, RuPaul.
It's whatever. It's whatever you want to be. Yeah, there was in the news some parents getting into trouble for having actually I don't know, they were thinking of, I don't know, it's really weird. Because their daughter or thought it was a male, it was born female, thinking it was a male or vice versa. Yeah. So, but the parents were, but they're so young at that age. I mean, I don't know, they're losing focus. I think they should, talk about it, what you're feeling and stuff like that, because feelings change.
Yeah, especially puberty.
Yeah, you go through that stuff. But I mean, this kid was like in elementary school, so it's just.
Huh? Elementary?
Yeah, and I like that. And my kids played. My son, I let him play with dolls and stuff like that. I mean, there's no big thing. It's all the way. It depends on how you look at stuff. Some people look at it all wrong. I don't know. It is what I don't know. Let's skip that one. Wow. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna pause on this one. That's a really good one. This one, yeah, it's it's a minute long, but I really like this one. It's got some really nice, interesting shapes and folds. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole topic. I mean, you can take it out of, it's just society's changing. And I mean, everybody's got to live their life, and be happy. I mean, it's too short, and people trying to tell people how to live. And I don't want to be one of those persons, I'm not, but when kids are just really small and then you're giving them, I don't know, because there was talk about them giving them drugs to like, no, that's, come on, that's way too young. They have to make the choice when they're older. They can make that choice, but who knows what influences they have.
It's also the mass media.
Yeah, Yeah.
cartoons and all that. Make it, tell them it's okay to express yourself.
And it is okay to express yourself, but you know, and it should, people need to express themselves. And I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes that pendulum swings. You know,
They're they may not know what they want though. That's the thing.
right, because it's temporary. I mean, things are fleeting. It's
I
like
think
getting a
it
tattoo.
confuses them more, you know?
Yeah,
I think it's best to let them figure it out themselves.
right. And talk about it. There should be groups where they can talk about
Yeah.
it. You know, that's the biggest thing. Let's talk about it. Let's open it up. Let's talk. Let's not be afraid to, hey, let's talk about it. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Maybe you just like this girl. You're a girl and you like this girl, you know, it doesn't mean you like all the girls, you know, or maybe you're a guy, you know, I've seen some guys that are attractive. I'm like, wait a minute, I've never, but you know, hey, you know, it's just being open-minded and you know, life's short. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. If it doesn't bother anybody, consenting adults, but you and your child, that's different. That's, you know, you're still growing and learning, and your priority should be school. There's other things to worry about. You know, you should be concerned about. I mean, you know, and yeah, of course, we should have those talks. Okay, you're going through changes, it's hormones and all this stuff. Right. So, yeah, no, it definitely, there should be discussions. There should be talk. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's a slant to that talk. I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough because you can't generalize. You really can't. Every situation is going to be different. All right, I'm going to press the play button. Finish it up. You got a minute on this one. I really like this pose. It's a minute left. Those triangular feet, those angles. Yeah, man, I don't know. We shouldn't get too political, but I want to try to stay neutral. I'm probably gonna block out all this. Edit. Oh, there it is. All right, 30 seconds. I still got time. Let me get some of the wrinkles and folds. No, but I think there was going to be something going against the parents who were doing that. That's what I had heard. Because yeah, they're too young. All right, next. That's a good one. Okay, so this is the last one. That's a minute. And then the other ones are going to be a little bit longer. I think the last ones are going to be 5 minutes. So 1 minute. Nice angle. Notice how the arm is holding the weight, that left arm, the right arm. The other one's just hanging on the knee. It's probably time to sharpen my pencil. Let me sharpen this. We have two of them. So I have to. There we go. All right, let's. Oh, these are 5 minute ones. I'm gonna skip this one. Next image. Skip that one too. Skip that one too. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, this is a good one. This is 5 minutes. That's a good one. All right. So what some artists, and when I learned when I took my still life classes, to get the gesture first and then the structure on top of it. But you need to understand the structure, know the structure. So that's what that is. First the gesture, capturing the pose, and then if you understand the structure, putting the structure on top of that. And then the form. All right, 3 minutes to go on this one. We have 2 more 5-minute drawings. It's 9:28. Yeah, I have a student. He calls himself. Well, his name is Diego. What he's registered as Diego, but he wants to be called Lucy. So I call him Lucy. He's a nice kid. Nice kid. He's worn skirts to class. I don't even know if, because they do talk about pronouns. What's your pronoun? He, she, and then other people, they like to be called something else. I guess people are being sensitive to that. And that's fine. Yeah, some people it's controversial. All right, we got something in the chat. I got 13 people. I think I scared some of them away. Thank you for the class. You're welcome, Lily. Been a lot of coyotes out here lately. I've been hearing them. I can hear them right now. All right, we're down to a minute. But I think the bottom line is not to make the kids feel bad. I think that's the thing. They should, should be open. Oh, you feel that way, and just talk about it. Sometimes it can make kids feel bad. And if they do feel bad, they should be able to talk about it. Oh, okay, well, just talk about it.
It's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah, it is. It's very sensitive, very sensitive. And then a lot of people, their opinions. I know my friend's going through that actually. His daughter is seeing another girl, and there's a whole, and he's totally against it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a whole other situation. All right, 10 seconds or less. All right. We're going to skip this one. It's not too bad. Okay, this is probably the last one. A little bit of camera distortion. The top is a little bit bigger than the bottom, proportion wise. So there's a slight distortion. Matthew had a really good picture to turn in for actually this. Oh, maybe I should look for that one. We can draw that character because that's a good pose as far as posing. And talking about what to look for. All right, we're winding it down. We'll just do that and we'll call it a night. We'll break down drawing. And if you have any questions, ask questions. Now that it's we got less people here, we're down to 13. I'm just drawing really quickly, sketching. Yeah, that's the thing, being curious, huh? Like, yes, you told me to be curious. Yeah. Asking questions about, I guess, topics and themes in my class. Stick to the topic and be curious about the topic. How does this work? Why does that work? Sometimes you go off topic. And those are, how do you say it? Legitimate questions. Yeah, legitimate. But sometimes definitely beyond the scope of some classes that I teach. But we'll talk about stuff. All right. Ooh, still 2 minutes and a half. Well, let's put some more detail on this. Sometimes I draw too fast or don't draw. I know I can refine. Yeah, Da Vinci spent over 2 years on the Mona Lisa, so yeah, he was a perfectionist. Just, it's a good and bad thing. It's a double-edged sword. You can actually have a lot of finished paintings. All right, another minute still. And this is where blocking in is really good because you get all the big shapes first and then you have time. Okay, let's go into a little more detail. All right, more time. Okay, let's go into a little more detail. And when you're doing this fast stuff, it's like, okay, you can have sketches in your sketchbook and they're just unfinished sketches. But you're focusing on what's important, which is the big form. All the detail and stuff makes it look nice, but if you don't have the structure, you know, that's what's more important. Getting that structure first, those big shapes and the mid-sized shapes, all the detail will fall into place if you have that stuff. That's say like Regina with her knots that she was doing. And getting that she was jumping into detail a little too fast. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is 10 minutes. Oh, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I don't know. Oh. Well, it's on video. If you want to pause it and draw it longer, you can. I think I'm going to, huh? I guess I'll draw it really quick. We're gonna go less than 10 minutes. I don't know. I'll draw it real quick. Let me see how I can get, because just the head is really round, a little bit of of an egg shape to it. And I can see that roundedness. And then the neck, that angle. The torso, you can see that angle of the torso with the muscles. See if I just get the torso. I can always put the muscles in afterwards. And the pelvis. It's a little straighter. The legs. And he's got something in his arm over here. Well, it looks like a medical. It was a spear at first, but it's some kind of medical contraption. And then this arm here. See, once I have this structure here, then I can check for proportions. I can see how big it is. I can see the pelvis right here. This line here is usually the center. But with him, I can actually put my pencil against the drawing, the picture, and I think it's lower. I'm saying it's lower, and it is a little lower. It is a little lower. So from here to here is usually the center. But in this picture, either because of the distortion or the way he's bent, it is not the center. It's the anatomical center usually, that spot. But yeah, I can see all that. Now I can go in there and actually start putting in the form, the deltoids, and the different muscles, the trapezium. There's some really good books on the muscles and all that stuff. Scapula.
Did you take an art class? I mean, anatomy when you took arts in school?
Yes, I took anatomy. And then on my own with my own books and study on my own. Yeah, but I did take some life drawing classes. Yeah, you're always building on what you know.
Isn't there majors on human anatomy
Yeah.
for artists?
I don't know if well, I don't know if you can.
A
take
professional.
Yeah. There's fashion design. There's all kinds of stuff where you do need anatomy. But now, I don't know, there's a lot of computer stuff. Although the stuff I'm seeing on computer, it's amazing where you can actually, you just get your computer model and you pose it. You don't have to do the drawing so much anymore. I mean, it helps. I think it helps to have some drawing for different reasons. But yeah, some of the computer models, there's like puppets. You can pose them any way you want. I mean, still you have to learn how to do that, the aspect of what you want, how to pose it and how to move it. Because I guess I see my students struggle with that all the time, unless they like used to with games, Minecraft, or they can move through that space really easy. Some struggle. They don't like it. They don't like to struggle. I mean, you gotta struggle a little bit sometimes, because then when you get it, it feels so good. Like, oh, I got it. But if everything's easy, you don't get that satisfaction. You don't get that like sense of accomplishment. You know, and that's why a little bit of struggle is good. I mean, that's why I break things down. Like, okay, right now your challenge is squares or shapes. Okay, focus on that, and then you get it. And then, all right, go to the next form now. Form is huge. It takes a while to get form, really seeing form and understanding form. And then anatomy, it's a whole other animal. Understanding the anatomy and the form on the anatomy. And then, not just what a bicep is, but actually understanding it in a three-dimensional form. All right, 5 minutes still on this one. I think this might be the last drawing of the night. All right, let me center it. Yeah, it's all good. I think if we all work on China, there's one of my favorite guys I listen to, he talks about starting with why, but you know, he talks about, oh, you go to a bookstore and there's a lot of self-help books. You know, what about helping others? You know, there should be a book area, not self-help, but helping others, because I think that's so crucial. I mean, if we all help each other, we all struggle. Somebody else has struggled with this. Somebody else, you know, you're going to be struggling with something that somebody else struggled with. How do we help each other?
You're right. We all come in this world alone and leaving the world alone.
Yeah. But while we're here, we should, connect and while we're here. Like what, something that really stuck with me is Maya Angelou said this, and I wish I would have, I don't know, I still need to practice it at school because I don't know, it's hard. It's hard, especially when students give you friction. It's they won't remember, people won't remember what you knew, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And that's let me see, what does she say? Let me put this on another window.
I think it's they won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah. Yeah, they may forget what you said. Yeah, Maya Angelou, is it Maya Angelou? Yeah, that's Maya Angelou. They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Yeah. And it's so true. It's like in school, you try to teach them stuff, but it's sometimes it's that emotional aspect, that social emotional learning is what they're calling it. And it's hard. It's hard, especially right now. Kids are going through so much. They don't know how to handle it. They don't, and I try to talk, and we try to have those discussions, but just getting them to open up and building that trust. And sometimes it's hard because, I don't know, it's it's a whole other, they're going through so much. Some of them, one of them got called out for a counselor. They're actually psychologists. And I knew it too. I can see he was struggling with stuff. Nice kids. They're nice kids. Just I can see. And then you got a phone call. Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard seeing it. Oh man, and calling home too. When I call home, it's like, oh. Actually, I haven't heard that. Last year I heard it a lot when I was calling home. I'm a mandated, it's something worker. I'm like, even my kids, I'm
Mandated reporter?
mandated. No, they're
Reporter. Is that what you're talking about?
the what?
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about being a mandated reporter, that if
Oh
you
no,
see
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
to
teachers are
report it.
mandated reporters. No, I'm talking about when COVID started, the people who had to work were called
Well, the essential workers.
essential workers. Yeah, I'm an essential worker, and I'm like, I can't, oh yeah. Wow.
I'm a semi-essential worker because but I've been working from home for 2 years.
Mhm.
But
Wow.
I work for an agency that evaluates children birth to 3 for
Oh.
developmental delays. I'm a service coordinator.
Oh wow, yeah.
So in the beginning, they didn't even allow the therapist to go in person, but then they had to allow in-person therapy because if you're not working one-on-one with the kids, you're not going to be helping them.
Yeah. Wow.
But
Yeah,
now they
daughter-
have to be
especially-
vaccinated in order to go in.
Mhm. All right, 9:47. It's that last 2 seconds. I think it's the last drawing. Yeah, class finished. All right. Ooh, 9:47.
Well, that was really, that was a lot of work, but it was all good.
Yeah, it was all
Thank you
good.
so much, Hilario.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, I'll do some homework on the things that I didn't finish.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, have a good week, everybody. Thank you
too,
so
thank
much,
you.
Eladio.
Oh, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
Eladio.
Okay, good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night, good night.
Eladio, do you
Bye.
have time for me to show you just one page?
Sure. Yeah, we
Right.
can.
This is, I've been drawing for a long time, so I should be a lot better than I am.
Oh, it's okay.
Because I was for the, I don't want to tell you for how long, I was going to life drawing,
Uh-huh.
quick pose night for the longest time, and that's what
Right.
we did. We drew nudes,
Uh-huh.
life models. So that's some of them. So this is
Okay.
like my thing. This is what I love to do,
Oh, well, then just keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
I just-
Yeah, you could study, I guess, the anatomy. There's some proportions that are good to look for. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I had a student one time tell me, "Oh, I used to like to draw." I'm like, "Oh, oh gosh," because you don't want to beat it, but it's finding that balance between love and challenge. You don't want to get overwhelmed, and you want to take.
Sometimes I'm like, why doesn't somebody just tell me, why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah. Exactly. So we can actually do that. You have a lot of drawings there. If you want me to, I can break one down for you right now. Let me see. Actually, one of the ones we drew. Do you have the
I'll show you
last?
later.
Do you have the
Yeah,
last one we drew?
one. Yeah.
And that's the best way to learn. Okay, so the last one. Okay, a little bit closer. Hold on. Let me move you to my other camera here. Hold on, so I can screenshot that. A little bit closer. All right, there we go. I got it. Okay, good. All right, that's good. All right. Anybody
By
have
the
a
way, it's
question?
1 o'clock in the morning here in New York.
Oh my gosh. 1 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for hanging out.
Your
See,
drawing
this-
is nice.
Yo,
See, this is where the later people get one-on-one. All right.
well, you gave me a lot of attention tonight. I really appreciate it.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah, no, definitely. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is tough. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen here. And we didn't even talk about this too much. That second picture was a lot better, but I couldn't get to it because it was in color and stuff. Let me do this
Yeah,
here.
I forgot how good the original photograph looked because, I made a copy of it and it's in black and white on my lousy printer,
Yeah, yeah.
Original photograph is so much clearer. I'm
Right.
gonna have to try to work off of that,
Yeah, that makes a difference.
It's much better. It's just.
All right,
world
cool.
of a
Now here's
difference.
where we can actually start. I wish I had my touchpad, my screen, because I'm drawing with a mouse right now. All right, cool.
Claudio, I have to leave, but I wanted to show my drawing really quick.
Okay, sure, Mary.
Is that okay? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's quite all right. Because this is going to take a while. Let me stop sharing here first. And then, yeah, it helps a lot. There you go. What you got?
Okay. And let me go to speaker because I was on gallery. Okay.
Oh, I think there you are. Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Look at that.
very nice.
That was
Mary.
fun. It doesn't look exactly like her, but it was fun to do.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, no.
close.
What's important is the process.
Yeah.
It's the process, That's cool.
And then the figure drawings, I just did a lot of sketches, which was, fun to do kind of.
Yeah, just
Try to
the
get
scribbling
the
sketches. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah. I think I got a laugh. I tried to do the Nathan Shen thing, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Christy, did you have something you wanted to share? Let's see.
Yeah, my
Alright.
last.
Oh, let's see. Oh, look at that. Wow. Look at
After
those.
several sketches, this is the best one. The last one.
That's
The
good.
other
Yeah.
one is, the others are just, it's okay. Not so
Yeah, yeah.
good.
That's great.
I
Yeah.
like drawing her.
Yeah,
I
she's
like
definitely.
me little more form. I don't like skinny people. There's not much to draw.
Yeah.
So the one with shape is a little easier. See how it got so bad?
Uh-huh.
But the last one I think much better than.
Yeah. It's just shooting those baskets, you got to keep shooting at the baskets and
Practicing, yeah.
yeah.
What website was that?
Oh, that I'll put it in the chat. It's line something or other.
Line of action.
Line of action. Yeah,
Line of action. Okay.
line of action.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll put it in the chat real quick. There it is. Line of
Where's
action.
my lady?
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Not done yet.
Sweet.
Is my nose okay, or do I need to work on a little more?
Nose is okay. Definitely can always work on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as you learn the form and practice observing.
So does
Good
it
night,
need
Mary.
to go out a little more?
I wouldn't worry about it.
That's-
Yeah, you're yeah. The more you practice and observing, because every nose is going to be different. So I would just, if you want to observe it and look back and forth at it a little bit, that would be good.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
then just moving on
The
to the
eyes, I don't know. The way you draw your eyes is so beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah, there's a little more overlapping and there's a little, just the structure of the eyes. We didn't get into the detail of that. I was talking mostly about the proportions and where things kind of go and what to look for. Drawing eyes is a whole other lesson, just to focus on the eyes, and then the nose. We focused on the nose a little bit, and then the lips, each one, and then putting it all together. It does take time.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. It was fun. It was a challenge, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All
Have
right,
a
good
nice
night.
week.
Good night. Good night. All right. There we go. Okay, so let me spotlight mine actually for a little bit. You can see, because that's the one I just screenshotted of yours. I don't know if I should, actually, you know what? We don't have the other one. There we go. There it is. There's that one. And notice how I actually, the steps that I did, and then I really focused on the contour of some of these shapes. Let me screenshot this. Let me make it bigger. Screenshot. And then, and we're not comparing, don't compare to despair. We're comparing to learn, because sometimes we can compare to despair, and that's what.
No, I actually like these two drawings that I did.
Yeah. That's good. Copy that one. Oops. Okay. That's not. You cannot minimize.
But I see that you drew those the lines on the guy with his back to us.
Yeah.
So you drew those the angles of the torso, of the rib cage,
Yeah.
pelvis, and the shoulders, right?
Yeah. There we go. Let's see. Let me paste it here. Control V. There we go. Right on top. See, and I can use my opacity, bring that down, and then you'll
That
be
is
able
so
to-
cool.
Yeah. So let's see, there's mine's a little bit bigger. You can see like we're almost in the same spot. You see that? So there's my drawing, and then there's your drawing. Now, if I make, let's focus on one at a time. Here, I can make it a little bit smaller. Oops. And I could have used Photopea. Photopea is really good. Photopea. It's very similar to Photoshop. Here it goes. Yeah, so your angle looks good there. I think it's just, there we go. Let's see if I can placing it. Yeah, your legs are getting them a little more solid. All right, so let's see. So I can bring mine up. So I think this is probably a little thick. And then, oh, okay, there it is. I can see. Okay, so you can see the shape of that leg. Now this comes from just the anatomy, understanding the thigh and understanding these shapes here. Now I had a teacher call it the California cool, where how this let me see my brush, how this curves this way, and then gosh, this is where I wish I had my drawing tools. this way, and then this curls this way, and then this curls this way, and this is on top of this way. So you're getting this kind of curving and capturing that form. What I see you doing is just capturing the kind of like the oval shape. Right, so let me see, watch, okay, trying to capture that form. And I think the best way to do it, to think about it, is actually to actually, I'd have to get some of my anatomy books. Let me change the opacity again, a little bit transparent so you can see yours. I'm going to draw on top of yours. Yeah, you're missing some of the muscles and forms. This left arm here, you change the angle slightly. But that's not that important, because whatever you draw is fine, because you can always put the structure on top of it, even if your angles are off. If you understand the structure, you can put the structure on top. Yeah. All right. So let me do that. I'll go ahead and put my structure on top. Yeah. Yeah. So it's, I would say, I need to make this brush smaller. Oh. Why isn't it drawing? I know why, because I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Let's go on that layer. There we go. I was on the transparent layer. So then there's a trapezium, and then the deltoids. See the deltoid and the biceps are kind of in there. Yeah, you almost have to draw the muscles for a while. But this looks really good. This looks really good. I really like this. This is actually really good. Then where you're losing it is a little bit, that's definitely the legs. Yeah. Because the proportions are looking good. I think it's this leg here curves
Yeah,
down.
that doesn't make sense. It's too short. That part's too short.
Yeah.
The
I think
is that the quadricep?
yeah, I think what you need to do is just that just
Femur, the femur.
yeah,
Well, that's the bone.
The bone is the femur, yeah, but that's that upper leg, yeah, the thigh and the yeah. So what I think you're seeing is just you're seeing like this oval shape, but there's a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more, and it's almost like looking at two lines at the same time. So you're seeing this, like when we were drawing the horse a couple of weeks ago, the tail had this one shape that went like this, and but then the other shape had the other shape. But both shapes together, even that, what did we were drawing? This shape came up again tonight.
The eyebrows.
Yeah, the eyebrows, you're right. The eyebrows, they both of these shapes play together to create this form in the middle. So you almost have to see this shape, this when you lay down this line, the first line, and then when you're laying down the second line, almost see the other line and almost see the form that you're creating in here when you lay down the second line. Now let me show you what I mean by that on this top picture up here. Let's see. All right, up here. All right, so when I put down this one line, let me change the color to blue. So when I lay down this line, that line right here, that line, I'm kind of watching this line, but I'm also watching this form that I'm making it in the middle, right? It's this form like that, and then this squeezing on top of it. This thigh this way, which I'm not doing a good job. It's this coming this way, and then this way, creating that shape or that form, that calf. And then I do this, and then this angle here, this foot. Let's see what that looks like on yours. Shows the opacity. Yeah, you captured that. You got this. This is good. But that your calf is not there. That you didn't do the calf. You
I was
captured.
doing it too quickly.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I didn't spend the whole 5 minutes because I just like to, which is part of the which is why it looks like that.
Yeah, no.
But it was fun.
Yeah, no, just keeping at it.
I want to have fun, but you got, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So I even here on this, like here, I can see you focusing on the detail. try to see the big shapes. Try to see those big shapes, like the shape of the hand a little bit more before you start actually digging into the detail, because I can see you putting the thumb in there and stuff like that. Try to probably focus on the big shapes first. And then I don't like drawing with this mouse. You know, and this is good. I can get a good feel here, but I think here is where you're kind of losing it slightly. Yeah, right there. This mouse is not helping. Let me see what that one looks like. Yeah, because in here too, the thickness here, widening that up. Yeah, I think that was a little wider. I mean, delta. That's solid. So let's take a look at what this one looks like. Right. Yeah, so I'm talking about this there and then this here. I don't think I scribbled mine into the proportions. You know, I think the camera was I think a little forced, because I really feel this whole top part is
Right.
bigger than this bottom part. So that yeah, the anatomical middle on both of the pictures are off. Oh, it's all good. I think we'll call it a night. We're down to 4 people. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Yeah, things to look for, and just those little tips. You practice them, and then keep looking for tips, and keep, you know, and then, you know, and just keep at it.
Okay,
Best thing to do. We'll try another one next week. Maybe if you're still on this late, we'll draw one, and then we can break it down like this. Maybe I can that one picture was really good. That student, let me see if I can find it. It was really good, because I really liked the way it was drawn out. And I think we can do that. If I didn't have to get up tomorrow, I would probably it's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning over there in New York right now.
Yeah, and I have to watch the first episode of Better Call Saul. It's free.
All right.
I don't have any of those, you know, HBO or whatever, but apparently, oh, it's not on HBO, whatever it's on. Amazon, it looks like it's giving you the first episode for free.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I actually, my students hooked me up to soaptoday.com. I think it's .com. You can see a lot of stuff on there. Let's see, there we go. Soaptoday.to. Oh yeah, soaptoday.to. Yeah, go there. And they have a lot of stuff. Let me see. I've seen a lot of movies here. 365 Days, Batman, they have it here. Turning Red, they have it here. They have a lot of stuff. They even have TV shows. Let me see. Let me put in Saul. See what comes up. Saul. Is it Saul? The Salton Sea. The I don't know.
That's called Soap a Day.
Yeah, Soap Today.
Soap Today.
I'll put it in the chat.
I actually subscribe to BritBox.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted to watch Prime Suspect, and you can't get it anywhere. It's not streaming on anything. You know, with Helen Mirren. I don't know if you remember that program.
Yeah.
She plays a chief of police.
What was it called? Let me try. Okay. Hold on.
Prime
Let me.
Suspect.
I'm putting Better Call first. Let me see. There it is.
Oh,
Better Call Saul. Look at that. And what was the other one you just mentioned?
Prime Suspect.
Prime Suspect. Is that it? There's a 1991 and then the 2017 one.
So that's not it. That's the prequel.
Oh,
I think that's what that is. That could be the prequel.
related TV's Prime Suspect.
Because the one with Helen Mirren is, I don't think you could stream it anywhere. But there is a prequel. Maybe that's.
Huh. Oh, look at that, the Mystery of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, it's interesting. They have a lot of.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, you do have to kind of like click.
But you know, I've been working from home for the past 2 years, and Zoom has totally saved my life. I watched 2 lectures today, then I came to your class, and that's besides working from home.
Uh-huh.
And that's really great. There's so many things that I can, I'm doing much more now than I did before the lockdown.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I
Although one
know.
of the lectures that I listened to today, if I was still at work, I would have gone to the city. I live in Brooklyn,
Uh-huh.
but I used to go into Manhattan all the time for different lectures and stuff and classes. Hello, you're upside down.
Yeah, I just noticed.
I just wanted to see if I was watching, right?
This is a test. So what was the lecture on?
It was actually, there's a place called the Leo Beck Institute, and it's studying the history of Jews who lived in Germany up until World War II, and collecting all kinds of documents and all different kinds of information like that. Anyway, so they did a lecture tonight about the Hungarian Jews and how they, what they did after because my family is Hungarian,
Mhm.
but I mean, we're Jewish, and my parents were in concentration camps.
Wow.
So I'm a child of, Holocaust survivors. I mean, I'm an old lady now, but anyway, so it was about these 200, it was just, I guess it's kind of a specific thing, but it was, it was just interesting because that's that's where my family's from, basically. Hungarian's my first language, even though I was born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. One of my best friends was married to a Hungarian, and then yeah, they named their kid Peter, and she wanted at first to call him Peter,
maybe. Peter.
Peter. Yeah, she wanted everybody to pronounce, but she just gave in because everybody's calling him Peter. Like, it's like fighting that.
Maybe
Like,
she would
oh.
have named him something else if she would have known that they were going to mispronounce his name.
Yeah.
But I thought that Hungarian was a Jewish language because everybody that I grew up with, we were all kids of Holocaust survivors, and when you're a little kid, you think that's it. You don't, because I know I speak a few languages because Hebrew, Hungarian, Yiddish, Hebrew, and English is actually my third language, even though I was born in America.
Yeah, I know. I was born in America, and English is my second language.
Right. So English is my third language because I realized I was taking a writing class as an adult, and then I realized that the first language that I heard could not have been English because my parents were in America for 2 months before I was born. I was made in Germany and I was born in Cleveland.
Wow, what a story.
So because my parents, the Jews that were that survived the concentration camps, they ended up in DP camps, displaced persons camps in Germany and Austria. And anyway, so that's where my parents met. And my brother was born in Munich. And then they came here, and my mother was already expecting me, That's why they came by plane. Everybody else went by boat because my mother was expecting. They put them on a plane to get here.
Wow, fascinating.
And yeah, so then whatever. But I feel like I never really grew up, even though I'm an old lady. I'm still.
That's the best way to do it. I don't know. I heard a quote too the other day too. I always something about being a kid at heart, but it was something along those lines. But yeah, it's always. I heard a new quote just recently. I didn't write it down.
No, I'm always trying to learn new things, and I'm on today's Thursday, right? Yesterday, Wednesday, I have a class at 9 o'clock in the morning. Learning of Judeo-Arabic, which is it's actually Baghdadi, Judeo-Baghdadi, the Arabic that the Jews in Iraq spoke. They had their own dialect of Arabic. Yeah. And the Jews in Iraq were all kicked out after after Israel was declared a state. All the Arab countries wanted to kick out their Jews in 1948. So the Jews of Iraq, a lot of them went to Israel, and I guess some of them came here. But...
Wow.
And Arabic is similar to Hebrew, but I mean, not that similar, but there are some similarities. I know Hebrew fluently.
Oh, really? Wow.
I read, write, and speak Hebrew and Yiddish.
Oh, Yiddish.
And a poquito español.
Qué bien.
Because if you live in New York, you just learn, it was really easy to learn. And I worked in a community health center, and everybody there in the Lower East Side of New York, Loisaida, they call, there's a street called Avenue C is named Loisaida, which is Lower East Side, but
Oh, Loisaida.
you know about that, Loisaida?
No,
Loisaida,
I can
Loisaida.
imagine. Because there's a
That
lot of
means Lower
streets out
East
here.
Side.
It's- Yeah.
That's
I-
Avenue C in Alphabet
funny.
City. Anyway, so the mothers used to yell at their kids, siéntate. So I learned how to say siéntate.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You hear stuff and it just sticks. I know. My dad's
That's how you learn it. That's how kids learn a language, right?
right. Oh yeah, especially when it's emotionally charged. It's that siéntate. My dad's my dad he came from Mexico and he was living in Santa Barbara, and he was washing dishes and singing because he was happy he was in America and just cleaning. And some of the first words that he learned was "shut up, fucking Mexican."